Warm greetings from the high tech. It's Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Tonight's discussion will be pertaining to the allegations against Robert Kelly. As most of you know, the state of New York is filing many charges, including racketeering, against Robert Sylvester Kelly. And tonight's topic is in regards to correlation, rather, to the allegations that are pertaining to him by two women from New York. It is evidence that the state's attorneys are trying to introduce into the said trial of Robert infecting two women with the herpes virus. And my question tonight is, would you sue if you contracted an STD from a said person? That is the topic for tonight's discussion. And also, do you believe these women should seek compensation from Robert Kelly, and will they get said monies for being infected with the herpes virus? Thank you all for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. If you'd like to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, Night Owl. Thanks. Thank you. Come on in. Thank you. Got 5 viewing. Amen. I will read you said commentary pertaining to Robert Kelly and the allegations against him, and then we will go into the discussion for this early morning live. Thank you all so much. Hello, Nancy. Thank you for joining me. 2 months on deck. Just 1 second. Hello, Christine. How are you, dear? Oh, okay. Crystal's here. Amen. I've got 11 viewing. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hope you all are well. Second day of a new week. Amen. Hello, Natalie. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. At the end of my commentary, feel free to join the panel to give your opinion pertaining to the subject at hand and the allegations against Robert Kelly. Will the women be able to seek compensations for being infected by Robert Kelly? Will he pay up to the said victims? Do you think it's right for them to get compensations? And would you sue if someone infected you with a virus? And does it matter which type of disease it is? Because you know most viruses can be cured through medicine, except for herpes and HIV/AIDS. But there is medicine for chlamydia, trichomonas, those said diseases. I also believe they give you medicine for syphilis. But you also know that if you go a long time, and I do not know the duration, of not getting treatment for syphilis, you can go blind from being infected with the syphilis virus. And Al Capone, the notorious gangster, Chicago gangster, died from syphilis in Florida. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll read the commentary. Thank you all so much. It may be a bit winded, so bear with me, please. NPR.org is the source. Hello, everybody. All mods on deck. Amen. Opinion. 13 years after the last R. Kelly trial, the culture has changed. Editor's note. This essay includes allegations of sexual assault and physical abuse. On Wednesday, testimony is scheduled to begin in a Brooklyn courthouse in the first of the two federal trials against singer, songwriter, and producer R. Kelly. Across two sets of indictments in New York and Illinois, the one-time R&B king is accused of abusing 11 girls and women over more than 2 decades, making child pornography, making hush money payments to silence alleged victims, and building a criminal enterprise specifically to prey upon young women and teenagers, quote unquote. Additionally, the New York prosecutors want to admit what they say is evidence that Kelly sexually and physically abused girls and women as far back as 1991, sexually abused a boy and committed bribery. Kelly has pled not guilty to all charges, has consistently denied accusations that he abused anyone. Often when I've told people that I'm covering the New York trial, they have been confused. Allegations have swirled around Kelly for 25 years now, and so they ask me, wasn't he arrested years ago? Yes, he was arrested, most recently in July 2019, and he's remained in custody for the 2 years since, awaiting trial. But they may also be thinking of his first big trial in 2008, and those accusations and that trial figure into some of the current charges. In 2002, in his hometown of Chicago, Kelly was indicted on numerous child pornography charges after a notorious sex tape circulated. It purportedly showed the singer having sex with and urinating on a female whom prosecutors said was about 14 years old at the time. A full 6 years later, Kelly went to trial and was acquitted of all charges. The young woman who was thought to be the girl on the tape and her parents refused to testify. That 2008 trial figures heavily into some of the current Illinois charges, which include accusations that Kelly and members of his circle intimidated the girl and her father and persuaded them to lie to both police and a grand jury. Her subsequent refusal to testify, despite 14 other witnesses identifying the girl, seems to have swayed many jurors to acquit Kelly. That same woman, now in her 30s, said in 2019 that she was cooperating with federal investigators. I repeat, that same woman, now in her 30s, said in 2019 that she was cooperating with federal investigators. So it's now 2021. Is she still cooperating with the state prosecutors in Chicago? We will find out. Back then, it seemed like much of the pop culture conversation was primarily about Kelly and his alleged predilections and behaviors, and not so much about anyone who he may have been hurt. In certain ways, the culture has shifted since Kelly last stood on trial. Many fans today seem far less willing to overlook what they perceive as problematic content or context in an artist's work, whether it's related to racism, sexism, unfair power dynamics, or homophobia. The intervening 13 years have also seen dogged, tenacious reporting on Kelly, including Soulless, The Case Against R. Kelly, a book by former Chicago Sun-Times journalist and music critic Jim DeRogatis, and Surviving R. Kelly, a 6-part docuseries helmed by Dream Hampton that aired on Lifetime. Both were released in 2019 in the midst of the hashtag MeToo movement. In the early days of the hashtag MeToo, many prominent accusers were white women, but the Kelly-related projects explicitly centered the mostly Black girls and women who allegedly were harmed. As those projects were being developed, a hashtag Mute R. Kelly movement founded by 2 Black women, Kenyette Barnes and Owaniki Adeleo, gathered steam in an effort to pressure large entertainment companies to sever their ties with Kelly. In writing about hashtag Mute Kelly, Washington Post columnist Christine Ember cited a 1962 speech by Malcolm X. The most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the Black woman. The most neglected person in America is the Black woman, quote unquote. I agree. In an interview Barnes gave to DeRogatis, for BuzzFeed News in March 2018, she asserted, "We don't give a damn about Black girls. If R. Kelly was white, every civil rights leader would be marching in every street in this country. If the girls were white, every feminist group would be coming out and raised in droves of PUSSY hats to march against it. The bottom line is that R. Kelly and his victims are the perfect storm of people who we don't care about. We protect problematic Black men in the Black community, and we discard Black girls in all communities. Essentially, he is the greatest example of a predator in that he went after the most vulnerable that no one cares about." And that was relayed to me today by Miss Crystal, the most vulnerable. Amen. A few months later, though, Kelly's management called Hashtag mute R. Kelly, a public lynching, noting that since America was born, Black men and women have been lynched for having sex or for being accused of it. At the time, hashtag MeToo founder and activist Tarana Burke told me, the reality of lynching in America is so painful and so real. This is not a public lynching. This is a call for public accountability. Moreover, in many cases, Kelly's accusers have said that they were underage girls, not women, when they began sexual contact with him. We have seen 24 years of allegations leveled against R. Kelly, and he has gone unscathed. Burke continued in that 2018 conversation. What we are looking for in our community and out is some accountability from the corporations that support this person who has a 24-year history of sexual violence perpetrated against Black and brown girls around the country. At the end of that year, Burke was one of the victims of a gun threat called into an advanced screening of surviving R. Kelly in New York. Kelly's former manager, Donnell Russell, has been charged with making that threat. His case is ongoing. Mercy. That's interesting. A gun threat by Kelly's former manager, Donnell Russell. That case is ongoing. To a large extent, hashtag mute R. Kelly came to fruition, I'll bet, years after Kelly's commercial and creative peak, and sometimes in highly qualified ways. In May 2018, for example, Spotify dropped Kelly from its playlist the way that many listeners use the service, rather than seeking out particular artists or songs. If you actively search for Kelly's music on Spotify, however, it's still there, as are the songs he wrote and or produced for other artists, including Celine Dion, Janet Jackson, Ludacris, Lil Wayne, Ciara, Missy Elliott, and other artists some listeners consider problematic, Michael Jackson. There's been one notable exception. Much of the music by Kelly's protege Aaliyah, whom he married in 1994, when she was 15 years old and he was 27, is not on Spotify or streaming devices at all. But in an interesting bit of timing, Barry Hankerson, Aaliyah's uncle and the former manager of both artists, announced just days before the Kelly trial began that he is making her recording catalog available to streaming services. The New York prosecutors refer to Aaliyah in their indictment as Jane Doe number 1, for whom they say Kelly and associates bribed a public official to create a fake ID before their marriage. In January 2019, Kelly's longtime record label RCA and his parent company Sony Music Entertainment dropped him from their artist roster after pressure mounted from the hashtag mute R. Kelly. But that decision, apparently made in the wake of surviving R. Kelly, airing, came 16 years after his last big chart hit, 2003's Ignition remix. Furthermore, RCA and Sony never publicly acknowledged having dropped Kelly. Long before the most recent wave of accusations and reporting, Black and brown voices were calling for a reckoning nearly 2 decades before surviving R. Kelly. Longtime Chicago Sun-Times columnist Mary Mitchell wrote many pieces asking why the alleged victims were being dismissed or ignored, and why so many Chicagoans were so eager to side with Kelly. Interesting. That's a very good question. Still, many fans adore him. Quite a few fellow artists brushed aside the allegations and continued to work with him. And comedians like Dave Chappelle joked about the alleged Kelly tape and its contents. In the aftermath of the debut airing of Surviving R. Kelly, then New York Times culture editor and now NPR colleague Aisha Harris wrote about how the allegations against Kelly became pop culture joke fodder. For years, she wrote, those who laughed at Kelly were able to ignore the charges against him, quote unquote. In retrospect, that particular spin cycle is reminiscent of what happened to Britney Spears in the same era. She was one of R. Kelly's label mates at Jive and then RCA, and Kelly wrote and produced her song, Outrageous, released in 2004. Spears' public struggles, which became little more than a joke and grist for the 24/7 grind of gossip blogs and cable channels vying for eyeballs, happened nearly simultaneously with Kelly's Chicago trial. The girl at the center of that trial, like Spears, largely became a punchline. Several of the women who have accused Kelly of sexual, physical, and or psychological abuse say that when they met him, they too, like that girl allegedly featured on the infamous tape, were teenagers attempted to become professional musicians and hoped that the king of R&B would help them chart their own musical careers. In the music industry, this is a familiar story. Young men strive to make it in the tough, unforgiving music industry. If they succeed, it often, at least partly through the help of older male mentors. Young women striving to make it in the tough, unforgiving music industry might also seek the help of older male mentors. After all, there are still far more successful men in the business than women. But sometimes, rather than being given guidance or opportunity, They instead are cultivated as sexual conquest, and those dreams fade away. NPR.org is the source for this information. The title of this video is Would You Sue If You Contracted a Venereal Disease, STD? Does it matter what type of STD it is in order for you to sue? And as I state, information has come out about R. Kelly infecting 2 women that's in this, I guess, formal papers indictment that wants to be introduced by the state's attorney, that he infected 2 New York women with herpes, if I'm not mistaken, and his lawyers are trying to get that said information not to be entered into this said trial. And as I state, he is up against many, many charges in the state of New York, Chicago, and Minnesota. And this trial that R. Kelly is standing before is a federal trial in Brooklyn, New York. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. One moment, please. Thank you. You want to voice your opinion pertaining to, should a person, whether it be male or female, sue a participant who has infected them with a venereal disease, STD? Should these women sue R. Kelly for being infected with an STD, which is herpes, and should they receive compensation for the said transmittable disease, which is herpes, and any other diseases that they may want to bring forth into said indictment? Thank you so much for joining me. Well, Nancy, he wants it out. So there's commentary in the Google search that he feels like herpes is no big deal. That's what was said. He doesn't feel like no one should be suing him for that. He doesn't consider it a disease. So I don't know what he would consider a disease, because they all have their own name, their own symptoms, and their own effects on the human body. And we know that nothing is worse than HIV/AIDS, but nonetheless, herpes is an incurable disease. So therefore, you can't get rid of it, even though you can take medicine to keep the symptoms at bay, the lesions or whatever, but you still have it in your body, such as HIV/AIDS. Thank you. Hello. How is everybody doing? Hope you can see me well. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Hit the link if you want to answer the question pertaining to, should you sue for compensations for being infected with a disease? Thank you, Nana. Excuse me. Natalie, you're gonna have to show yourself, sweetheart. Okay, it's all right. Yes, I prefer that you all show yourselves. I know it's late, but I don't want to do empty boxes on the panel. Thank you all. Thanks. Thanks for joining. Hello, baby. How are you? Hello, Nancy. Thank you. Should these women sue R. Kelly for being infected with herpes? Should they receive compensations for their infection? Would you sue if you were infected with herpes, chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV, AIDS, which is soever, HPV virus? There's so many. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me. Please hit the link and show yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Vi. Thank you, sweetheart. A little tangly there. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Got a black pair like them too. These got like a brown tint tortoise on the bottom. Thank you. Please be heard. Giving your commentary pertaining to Robert Kelly, the allegations against him pertaining to the venereal diseases. Should these women sue him? Should you sue? A guy sue someone, lady, man? It's all the same. Thank you. In the state of California, it does not matter if you know you have the disease or not, you're still liable for infecting a person with the venereal disease. Thank you. Well, thank you all so much. Thank you, Air Force. Hard crowd. Only have 19 people, but that's okay. Most people probably sleep 1 in the morning. Now, not put the rest of that. I think there's more on that link. Nancy, put a VD after that ES. Let me put it down again. Hold on 1 second. Thank you for joining me. It will show your face, Christine. I just prefer to do it this way because I don't like having the boxes all black. Because if I have different people up here, it just doesn't look good having a lot of black boxes up here. Nobody can see the person's face who's talking. As I said, I understand it's late. That's why I want to try to do my lives early for people will be up and about so they can show themselves. Thank you for joining me. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to this saga pertaining to Robert Kelly infecting 2 women out of New York. The thing about this situation that is so interesting is that when you think about all the women who have come forward, we have to look at the demographics and ask ourselves, numbers rather, let me use the correct word, that are all these women infected with herpes? Let's be truthful. Because there's been a lot of women who come forward with allegations against Robert. So we have to ask ourselves, when was Robert first infected with the herpes virus? 90s, late 80s, mid 90s, early 2000. When did he get it? Did he catch it from somebody? Or is he the carrier? Do you understand what I'm saying? So now you have all these women who have come forward and told the spoken word of what they went through with Robert Kelly. And then you have to ask yourself, for those who would willingly admit it, they have the herpes virus, and you have to think about the other women who have come forward. Are they too infected with the herpes virus? And 9 times out of 10, yes. So you start counting up all those women that have come forward. The last 2, Azrael, Jocelyn. We're going to go far back to the early 90s with Geronda. That's 3. His wife, 4. Santi, 5. See where I'm going? And then they have made it with other people, dated other people. The one young girl whose hair was cut short, she had a child. So that means she's had unprotected sex with somebody. You see where I'm going? Yeah, okay. How many women are we talking about? And men as well, because Robert Kelly has been alleged as a bisexual man. So that means we're also talking about him infecting men as well. And then we have to think about the big picture, which is HIV/AIDS. Anyone that continuously has sexual relations unprotected is offering themselves up to catch the HIV/AIDS. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, you're never getting treated. You're never getting medicated. You're anting up your chances to be HIV susceptible. Everyone knows that. Okay, Crystal. Thank you, Christine. Do you understand what I'm saying? That the more people you sleep with unprotected, this is what's been said by officials, your chances are greater for getting HIV. So he's had a great, great chance of being HIV or full-blown AIDS by now. And who's to say that he doesn't have HIV or AIDS? It'd be a matter of somebody coming forward who says, I caught it and I believe I got it from Robert Sylvester Kelly. Hit the link. 28 minutes in. Yes, sir. He's slept with a lot of women. And that's the thing about sleeping with somebody. You may not sleep around, you may have a fling or date somebody, however it goes, but you've got to count all the people they slept with, and then of course how many people you slept with. You have any diseases already inside of your body, you know the rest. Thank you for joining me. Would you sue? That's the question for tonight's live. Thank you. Okay, Kristen. Well, I've got somebody else in the chat that's 3 hours behind me as well. So hit the link. Thank you. 23 years. Will he be found of the said charges in New York? And as I state, Will he also, will the information pertaining to the women who have been infected with the herpes virus, will that information also be introduced into trial? As I state, his lawyers are trying to get that information omitted. Well, it shouldn't, sweetheart. Nancy, you got it wrong, sweetheart. You got the link wrong. Go back up to my comment. That is the correct link. Crystal has the right link. Hit the link on the Crystal's name. That is correct. Thank y'all for joining me. Shouldn't have an error there. Trust me, it's working. Crystal has the right link. If you can show yourself, hit the link. Thanks. That's the information coming out of New York. Hello.
Hey, Angela, I finally got
Hey,
up here.
I see.
All right, beautiful.
What's
You
going
said should
on?
someone?
Take my light down a little bit. It's
This
kind
is
of
an
blinding.
interesting topic.
Yes, it
I
is.
think
Yes, it is. I thought it
they,
was.
yeah, they should. I think they should sue now. However, for him to be allegedly broke, I don't know if they're gonna get anything, but I do think that they should sue if he did infect them. See, it's gonna have to be proven that they actually got it from
Yes,
him.
that's for sure. That's the thing
Because
that's going to be the tipping scale, is proving exactly that you have been infected by Robert Sylvester Kelly. But let's do it
right,
this way. All the women, the two they have, let's say, they both have herpes. What are going to be the odds of two women from different demographics both having herpes?
you never know. People do all sorts of things. He might not have been the only man they were sleeping with. I mean, it's a
But
lot
you
that goes
understand what I'm
into it.
saying?
Yeah, it is very, lightning don't strike twice, as they say. I think he should plead guilty because he's not gonna get out of prison. He's not gonna get out of jail. He's wasting these folks' time.
Should a
To
woman
me,
or man sue somebody for getting the virus or
I
any
say
type
I
of venereal disease?
I would say if I didn't know and you affected me, yeah, I want to sue you so I don't go to prison for life. Because the first thing on my mind is prison. My mind wouldn't be on sue, but
Prison. Elaborate.
if you give me something that's incurable, then we both gonna die. Ain't no sense in just we
Well,
gonna
nobody
keep
has
on
died
going.
from. No one's died from herpes. We're not talking about HIV. We're talking about herpes.
Okay, even then, if I got to live with that and you didn't tell me my emotions will say to do something to you because you did something. You gave me something I didn't ask for. You sent me something that I didn't ask you to send to
You
me.
okay, Nancy?
You know, so no, I was definitely assumed to keep from going to prison. All of it the same to me. Herpes, gonorrhea, claps, crack,
Yeah, I
all
forgot
of
that
it the
already.
same to me.
Said the crap.
All of it the same to me. And I want to know why they wait to now to sue him if he's allegedly already gave them herpes. Like, why wouldn't they have sued him when they first
Well,
got
you
it?
know that's the consensus with many. I'm sure. Why are these allegations coming forward? So it's all the same. Herpes. He touched me. He abused me. Whatever.
Yeah, but the herpes, you go right to the doctor and got to know for that. That ain't like, you know, a whole lot of investigation. You go to the doctor, take a STD test. Like, to me, that would be easily proven in a court of law if you got your medical records, you got the
Ooh, look at that.
timestamp of when you got. So yeah, I said
Why
that
are
they
they
could have
riding
probably
bareback?
got. Well, that's a good question because the first thing I would think if I'm engaging with a new partner is we both go to the health department or our primary care doctors and we both get ST tests full panels done. That way we both know we going in with nothing, or if something happens with the other guy and they say, oh, you got this, that lets me know, oh, well, that ain't gonna happen. But these days people have to realize people want to get on, want to be famous, so they gonna do the do. I mean, it ain't nothing new. But I would take every precaution to protect myself. But if you gave me something, yes, I'm gonna sue you because I don't want to go to prison, whether it's curable or not. All of the same to me.
I believe you like, I believe you want to go to jail. But you didn't mention that 3 times already. Not out.
Think about it, Angela. If my
I want
blood
to go to
didn't have
prison.
it when
I
I
want to go
came
to
in the
prison.
world,
So we get it. You want to get jiggy and bust somebody with a
yeah,
white
yeah,
meat.
yeah, Angela, somebody give you something that you
Angela.
didn't send them to give you.
Say my
I
name
asked
like
you
you
for
my
one
mama.
thing.
Angela.
Yeah, I didn't ask you for the herpes, sir. I asked you for one thing. I didn't
My
ask you for
dad
your
mama just walk
herpes.
in the room. Angela.
No, no, don't nobody want that.
Whose is this? Whose is this? I'm dead.
Oh my God. Every time I hear you say that, I
Don't
think,
put me out.
okay.
Don't put me out. Don't put me out. Damn, I'm killing you. Is done, dude. Jesus, well, man. You can see
I
something.
mean,
Ooh,
he
I'm
needs to
dead.
go and do his time. I
I'm
think if
trying
he
to
would have
I'm
did
trying to get him
time in
out.
'08, if he did time in
Mm.
'08, we possibly wouldn't even be here right now. If he would have got found guilty years ago.
But I think his penchant for what he desires with girls, certain type of sex acts, men, women, boys, filming people,
The,
peeing, whatever he's into, it wouldn't have
oh my
stopped. If he
God.
got 15 years, 20 years, he'd be right back out doing the same thing because certain deviances, it's like there's no cure. The people get, they can't get their mind. It's like, it's a mind thing. I can't see past this. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't see past doing this. I got to have it. I like ice
Mhm.
cream. I like this. I got to have it. I think R. Kelly is that guy. He's got to have it.
Wait, he gonna have plenty of time in that prison cell to get it. Plenty of time. Cause it's like he going from one trial to another.
Christine says, don't think I would talk publicly. And that's right. That's another thing. Coming forward saying that somebody's giving you herpes, that's deep. We're not even talking about chlamydia and trichomonas. Those are more milder, venereal diseases or whatever.
But
Because we
think
all
about
know
this.
we all know that herpes has no cure. So once you tell that, you sending out to the world, hey, if you try to holler at me, I got this.
I mean, some people don't care, but I like to know, did they have any other men they don't slept with if they allegedly got it from him and passed this disease on? Because then they could be sued for passing it on if they didn't tell other people they
Well,
had.
and that's another thing. Indeed, I made that mention a few minutes ago that with you coming forward telling that you got it from Robert, 9 times out of 10, you have slept with somebody since being with Robert Kelly. So that means, did you, as you state, inform that person that you do have the herpes virus?
I mean, it's gonna be a trick bag. I'm waiting for the trial like everybody else. I'm not holding my breath on it. I know they're gonna find him guilty. I don't know why he don't think they're gonna find him guilty. Maybe he want all these women dirt out there, because I know it's most celebs that was down with him doing this. It's a lot more. He just keeping his mouth closed.
Well, he ain't gonna do no Bill Cosby.
No, I think he gonna be able to get his up to the Supreme Court. He gonna have to, he gonna have to go and do that time, because public opinion has already convicted him. I mean, I know people who defend him, like defend him. And I'm like, I'm not saying that he's solely responsible, because it's a lot of moving parts, but he played the biggest part in not getting help or doing what he need to do to get himself together. He knew it was wrong to keep women captive, or cage women, or drug women, or married Leo when she was 14, 15. He knew all of that. It's no excuse. It's a lot of people go through a lot of things that have been SA'd, but we don't go out and pick up children or do something to them or whatever. You get the help you need to get through your trauma and you move on. But he decided to stay in his trauma, and he had money, and it allowed him to be a pervert. But he wasn't a pervert alone. They need to get them parents too, because some of them gave their daughters to the man. So I'm always going to say that. They allowed this man to do these things to their daughter. Ain't nowhere in the world my 19-year-old daughter, and I have a 19-year-old daughter, gonna tell me, mama, I want to go to Dirt concert. Little Dirt, mama, yeah, and I want to go backstage. What do I look like as a parent taking them back there? Oh, mama, I want to play the guitar. I want to rap. Mom, no, you ain't got no business with no grown man by yourself, 19 or not. You don't even know him. His wife didn't even know him. People forget that he was married, and his wife didn't even know him.
What you mean she didn't know? I don't understand what you're saying.
I saw when she had did an interview back here about a year or two ago. I think it was like Good Morning America, a View or something. And she was like, the man she met wasn't the man she married, because she was always hidden as a secret. And they just had like
I never knew she was married to him until that I started hearing stuff with the movement and the surviving R. Kelly. I never knew he was married. I never knew R. Kelly was married. Didn't even know he had any children.
Yep. She said that the man she met wasn't the man she married. And then she started describing instances where they were supposed to go on the red carpet together, and he'll be down there with another woman, or he would beat her, or she had to ask for food, and he didn't show up for the children's birth. So she was pretty much saying, I didn't even know the man I married. Now, those were her words. Because I think she was like a dancer or something like that.
Hi, Teresa. Thanks for joining me, sweetheart.
So, yeah, I definitely think that they should sue him, but I don't think they're going to get no money, because when they did last week, they were saying he broke.
Yes. What I found interesting in the article that I brought you just now, that they're saying he wrote music for Celine Dion, other artists. How can you write and you can't read? Break it down for me. That's not my topic, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it.
I don't know. Maybe he talked it to a voice recorder and they translated it for him, or somebody wrote it down for him. It was his idea, but somebody else wrote it. The sad part
about this whole story pertaining to Robert is that everybody's done something for him. That's why he's in the mess he's in, besides his own, deviances, is that you've had a lot of people doing stuff for you. I just can't in my right mind understand a person can't read and write. I'm sorry. I know there are people that can't, but I don't understand how you can write music. How can you speak something but can't write it down?
Maybe, I don't know, because I'm not musically inclined. Maybe if you talk to someone that's musically inclined that is like this, because deaf people wrote music. Yeah, go in History Channel. But maybe, I think maybe somebody wrote it down for him. He said the words, they wrote it down.
That's what I'm trying to say to myself. Don't you think that would get old at some point? The way he's been living, to me, would be old. So always having to go to somebody to do something. Damn, don't you want to do something on your own?
He did do something on his own. Get women.
Excuse me.
And sing. He did do something on his own. Get the women and sing. But when it came to like understanding things, he didn't get that. He didn't get that structure because he went through his own trauma and he didn't have no support system to say, hey, we're gonna make sure you in school, we're gonna get you some help, we're gonna do this, and this. He became accustomed to everybody waiting on him. And for back a lot of words, if you get a nice check, you'll be at their backhand
Codependency.
call. Yeah,
Basically, what you're saying.
so yeah, I mean, some people get comfortable in that and they never break out of that. That's why you got people 40 years old still live with their mama. It's the same thing. But he just had a bigger checkbook. So of course they gonna run and do everything and rob and blind. He don't know nothing. He can't read the dictionary. He can't do this. He can't do that. He can do just so much. He did just so much to get out the hood. And this is what happened. He got
Brian
swallowed up.
says, Queen, I asked my teacher brother, and he mouth dropped. He said maybe he heard just the beat and sang from that, but he said that would be hard to do, not being able to read. Right, you got to be able to write it down. Music is writing. I'm not talking about playing from ear. It's not what. That's not the subject. The subject is writing comprehension. You can't write
Like I
for
said,
me. How can you write for me and you can't read? Makes no sense. So there
maybe
had to be a
something.
mediator.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that somebody was in there and
Right.
translated, or he had a voice recorder, talked in there, you hear the words, and then there goes your song.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion about it, but I like to know why everybody is outraged and people come out like, oh my God, he's a pervert, but they work with him. Like y'all mind
Well,
must have forgot '08.
that was mentioned in the article as well. Although he was accused of doing lots of things over the 24, 25-year span, went to court, exonerated. People still work with him. People still kept searching for him to be with him, talk to him. So I don't know.
Right. That's why I don't pay them no mind.
Ah, Millie Vanilli, Shay Doc, stop.
Yeah. I remember that when they got on MTV with them blowed up pants.
Girl, okay. You
And-
better leave my pants. Look, I had them parachute pants. You better leave me alone. My first year of
Girl,
college, I had a black pair. I sure did.
baby, they were getting
Some
it. And I'm
bandit
like,
pants. Could tell Queen
yep,
nothing, honey. Look, that's when the Queen was much smaller. Oh, honey, she's a cutie pie. I said, oh, baby. Can't tell the Queen a thing, but the 90s was for the Queen, honey. Oh, shut your mouth.
you want to bring them back, don't you?
Nah, I don't. I don't think I want to wear those. No, 'cause I was smaller then, but no.
Cause baby, I seen Millie,
I
but
like slinky stuff. I like, it fits a little bit. I don't want no baggy parachute MC Hammer pants. That's why I call them MC Hammer pants. I don't want none of that.
mm-hmm. I thought of that when I thought of
know
Millie
I can
Vanilli.
fly. And somebody said, I believe I can fly. Queen can't.
And me neither. And I'm not
Look,
gonna try.
Queen, wait a minute. Queen said she got Arthur. So Arthur said, Heifer, you can't fly. You can barely walk. Sit on down, Queen.
What you be saying? Your knees. You better sit them knees on down.
Look, my knee, my neck, my back. Come on, Kaya.
Lord have mercy.
Queen, look, Queen do good to get up.
Y'all said you get up.
Wait a minute. Don't make me go to church on you. I do good
Come
to
on.
get up. We ain't talking about no flying. Only flying Queen gonna do is on a jet or an airliner. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. He got all them songs, and I know he should be getting money for all them songs. Maybe that's where they gonna get the lawsuit money from.
First of all, you gotta own the music to give it back. Shut up, Queen. If I believe the rumors in the streets, but I don't have no confirmation, before y'all get jiggy, get y'all panties all tied up in a knot.
No, I think you going to some. I don't know if he owns the music, but I know he made a song last year. It's about 20 minutes long called I Admit. And in the song, he says that the company won't give him his music. He wrote it because he made a song about it last year, R. Kelly. called
Okay.
I Admit. And
Yes.
he
Okay.
talks about all these things. So you're right. I don't think he even owned the music.
Nancy, what are you talking about? They made too much noise for me. What are you talking about? Made too much noise? I'm lost.
The
I don't know. I
Panelist,
do not know. But everything is rumors pertaining to who owns his music, don't own his music. I have no idea.
the label.
Well, they're saying Leah's family owns because he bribed them to not press charges about that, marriage.
I'm tired of her family. She'll know it. I just ain't gonna. Mm.
My feet. What about your feet? Oh Lord Jesus, I'm
This
confused.
is why I posed this question. Why did anybody think R. Kelly was gonna put them on when he didn't really put nobody on but Aaliyah? So if you add up all them years from when I was a kid to now, he ain't never put nobody on. So I'm trying to see how people thought he was gonna get their kids on.
But you gotta remember, you gotta think about these young girls that came along. They didn't know anything probably about Aaliyah and all that, so they just went in and, hey, how you doing, R. Kelly? Da, da, da. You know how it goes backstage. Hey, come back with us.
2008 was a trial, which is public record.
Yeah, but
It
you
was
gotta remember
everywhere.
the girls were young in 2008. The last two, they were kids.
Yeah, them. I'm talking about since then.
They don't count. They were children.
Not them, since then.
Okay, but guess what? Everybody didn't keep up with what went on with R. Kelly. All the stuff that's coming out about R. Kelly now, I didn't had no knowledge of nothing. The only thing I ever knew about was the tape that came out around 2002. Because I can say on my live, sadly, I've seen the tape, so I can say that. And this is way before 2008, before he even went to trial, before whoever leaked it. I've seen the tape. I've seen the tape. But that does
Y'all
not
better
mean
than
I
me.
kept up with everything that R. Kelly was doing. I did not.
I just wondered about it because people love to dig up for information. So I mean, that was public, and like, did nobody know like he was accused of this, or people been saying he a pervert? I don't know. I just find it weird. Just what?
Hit the link. Don't do that. Hit the link. I'm learning. Block it out. Don't engage. Just don't engage. It
You
makes the
right?
live go smoother when you don't engage. Just don't engage.
Yeah, I just think he need to go on and plead out. Cause I heard yesterday he had what states was it? It was two more states he got charges in.
Well, I haven't heard anything
Af-
because I went in the search. I haven't heard anything.
yeah, it was like he got some more, and I was just like, Kelly, plead out. You might get a better deal plead now than going to trial.
Yeah, I plead definitely.
You know, they might offer you
Oh
12 to
yeah,
20 years. You get to trial, them folks might give you 75 years.
and that's why you take a plea. You take a plea when
But
you have other states asking for your head on a platter. That's common sense.
I
Why
don't
do
know
you
what
want
type
to
of
let this
lawyers he got.
person? You want to let 12 members decide the fate of what you facing in this state, and then you don't even know what you're gonna get in this state. So that's why you take a plea, because you have two other states in behind. But when you're honorary and a narcissist, you have a God complex, which R. Kelly has. He has a God complex.
Yeah. But I would just wonder, like, what kind of lawyers he got? Are these paid lawyers or public
And I don't
defenders?
understand how they're getting paid. Two coming on, you got rid of the other two, all these extra people coming on in June. I don't understand. You can't pay for your transcripts, but you got a team of four. So that doesn't make any sense to me.
Unless somebody is paying for them behind the scenes.
I don't know. Why would you? Why would you
I'm gonna
pay
say
for R. Kelly's defense? Please explain to
I'm
me.
gonna say I'm gonna say what you
Help
say.
me
Why
understand.
not? Why not?
Yeah, yeah. So that is my favorite line, isn't it? Don't ask
Right.
why, ask why not.
Uh-huh. Why not?
Uh,
Because it is groups out here that support him 110%. It's people still gonna rock out to him and everything, and it is what it is. I don't argue with people. I be like, hey, if there's your get down and you believe he innocent, I don't get into the deep conspiracy thoughts. I just say, okay, I've learned that much. Okay. I mean, I've had women argue me down, women. And I was like, baby, I ain't said he was the only one. I included the parents. I included people that work for him. I included a whole lot of people. But he still is guilty of some of these charges. So why not pay for his defense? If they love serial killers in jail, why wouldn't they love R. Kelly?
Hit the link.
You know. And that's weird to me. To me, there's some type of weird fascination with it. But some people love folks in jail like that. And I said, well, girl, he ain't gonna write no more songs unless he gonna be writing it from the cell. Cause he done. I don't think he'll ever get out of jail. Ever. Unless he's super old. And he's already what, in his 50s? I don't think he's gonna be on no more airplanes and jets. Eating fine caviar and drinking champagne.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just need to give up the ghost.
Good luck.
I just think he need to give up the girl. If I'm 55 and I
You
could
want R.
possibly
Kelly
get
to admit. Listen to what you're saying now. You want
right,
R to admit that he infected these ladies, the two, if it's omitted, the information, with herpes, racketeering, so many other said charges.
right.
Man, it's so many I can't even remember. That's what you're saying.
Listen one more time. If the public
his trial starts on Wednesday. A jury has been seated. For those who are not in the know of R. Kelly, the jury has been seated as of last Wednesday. His trial opening statements start tomorrow. Today is Tuesday.
Oh, Angela, I'm gonna be right on over here with you when you break that news when it go to trial. Ooh, I'm gonna get everything done early so I can hear this.
I'm following R. Kelly all the way to the end. I told you all I was going to do that. That's what I want to do. I'm following it to the very end.
I know 54 ain't old, but 54 is old if you in prison and you get 25 or 30 years.
Okay, Teresa, you don't need to grab no 22.
Girl, I'm gonna be here with a little drink tomorrow.
I'm sitting there thinking of ABC. I thought, wait a minute, that ain't the 22 that she gonna grab. Lord, I'm dead.
I'll be right here tomorrow when you break that news. So I hope they have it on court TV.
Yes. For those of you who watch, listen, this is a federal trial. There are no cameras allowed in a federal trial.
Oh, man.
The reporters are in a separate room, 2 overflow rooms. They will be watching Robert Sylvester Kelly on a monitor screen. That's how they knew he was nervous. For those that wanted to argue about how they know they wasn't in there. Well, if you followed my content, you would know what I said.
That's the title of your video, how he looked nervous.
Only persons allowed in the courtroom is the judge, the lawyers, Robert Kelly, the bailiff, security, and the jury, who will be sitting in the gallery where regular people would be sitting. That's the same information.
Well, definitely, I'm here for it. But yeah, he needs to plead guilty. And if he know, I just think he need to plead guilty because he ain't gonna get out of it. So you might well say you did it.
Yeah, but the thing about a person who does not want to own their part
in the mess,
they want to take it to the end. Only a fool would do that.
Only one. So when they first arrested him and he was getting bailed out by day, I would have
said set of a child. You can't read and write, and you want to go all the way out with 12 members, and you have 2 other states waiting on you. It's foolish.
Do you think he going to school in prison?
Well, if you went to school, you would plea out.
Yeah, but is he going to school in prison?
I'm gonna say it again. If you were going to school in prison, you would plea out.
I got you the first time. Yep. He gonna
Hit
be
the link
locked up
so you can give
forever.
your opinion. Should a
Yeah, he
person
still ain't.
sue if they get a venereal disease from somebody else? Should these women sue R. Kelly and receive compensation? Hit the link. Thank you. You
Yeah, they
want to
definitely
donate
should
to the channel?
receive some if he did it.
Southside Big
So
Angie, 129 Cash App. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
I think if he did it, then he should definitely pay him because I know of a situation where a young lady was positive HIV, looked nice, beautiful. She passed it on to a young man. He found out at the doctor, and he took his own life. And it's in a little town not that far from it. And this was years ago. So I just always say protect yourself and go to the doctor before you engage in intimacy with a stranger. That way we know what we got going on. But to me, R. Kelly, I'm surprised that's the only thing R. Kelly got as much freakiness as they say he was into. I'm gonna put it like that. I would have thought he had about 2 or 3 different things. And all that money and he couldn't go to the doctor.
Yes, 2 male witnesses. 2 men that he slept with. Boys. One was a boy at the time. His friend did not have sex with R. Kelly till many years later. And R. Kelly filmed them having sex with other participants as minors.
That's how this record. I don't know. That's a type of I ain't never heard of this much recording in all my life. Think about it. How that, like you making music videos. You've been making music videos forever, and you still want to record something? Oh,
I said, well, it's obvious he has a deviance. This is what he likes to do. Is what I said. He does what he likes to do.
I bet he smell.
I heard he does. What was told, R. Kelly has a very foul, rank odor downtown. Downstairs. Shut up, boy.
No.
Why would that shock you? You don't go to the doctor. Look, if you never went to a bank, you never went to a doctor. Stay woke. Come on now. You never knew how much money you had in your own bank account till 2 years ago. You want me to believe you're the same person that would go to a doctor? Can you see something coming out of your penis? Of course
not. I don't know. That just crossed my mind. I'm like, oh, I thought he would have had.
Yeah. One of the ladies said it's a smell of rank odor down there.
And he steady with pulling women.
Air Force, why don't you hit the link and give your opinion? You're a man. Because he's full. Ain't nobody hitting the link, want to say anything. Oh,
y'all come on.
Y'all just make it tough. I swear.
You want me to go back down then?
Come on.
Oh,
hey,
okay.
sis.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, boo.
Hey, boo.
Teresa, terrible thing, honey. Sound like a church lady. That's just terrible.
What I was trying to say.
All I can say is, it's terrible if you're looking for something down there, if you get my drift.
Ooh. What I was, this is totally off topic. What I was saying earlier.
Just don't do it.
Okay.
I mean, it don't have nothing to do with R. Kelly in the title.
No, it did not. Okay, I will stick to the title and the topic then. I'm sorry.
Now, why you want to deviate, ma'am? Hello, Joelle.
It was having to do with fashion, and we were talking about it earlier.
Fashion.
Fashion. It was talking about fashion, and we were talking about it earlier. But I will stick to the topic.
Okay. What you gonna tell me? You had some Persian pants?
I did have some. I had some silver ones, girl. And
they were. Are you okay? I did.
Yeah, and they were noisy. I didn't like them. It was like whoosh, 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 whoosh. It was like
they obviously was made of flammable material.
They probably were. That's why I was like, I was like, no. So, but anyway, yeah, I sue him. I'd do more than sue him, especially if I caught him down a dirt alley. I'd do more than sue him. He better watch his back.
Yes, Nancy understood what I was saying. Nancy, what I said. My first mind would be prison because, like Queen be saying, I didn't send for you. I didn't send for you, so I didn't send for the herpes. I didn't send for the claps.
Because I'm gonna tell you, with herpes, it's very serious with a woman to get it because it depends on where she gets it. But genital herpes with a woman is very painful. I personally don't suffer from that, but I have read about it because I saw this in your queue, so I was like, let me go, and so I was commenting down in the chat. I saw the articles that Night Owl was talking about. I saw that video that she was talking about. So I went and looked, and a woman, if she is pregnant and giving birth and you are positive for herpes, you can pass that on to your child in the birth canal. And that means that your child will have herpes. So, therefore, it is very serious. It is very serious for a woman to have herpes. And that man, he would be walking around on some stumps. He wouldn't be walking. He'd be crawling. Or he'd just
get his knees.
So I guess you are not out of the cellmates.
Well, no, we'd be running mates. We'd be running mates. We'd be what is it? Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise.
That's right. No, I'm not going off a cliff. No, I'll be shipping him in the car and shipping him off the cliff.
Do like Queen said, put him in a boat with some cylinders.
So you're going to put him in the truck and push the car over?
I'm going to put him in a boat with a bunch of holes in the bottom of it.
With the cylinder blocks tied to the ankle, like you said, Queen. And just flip it over.
Because that's vile. And especially if he had prior knowledge to it, that's even worse than vile. That's diabolical vile. I mean, and especially with a woman of childbearing age, that's bad. Now, a woman can still have a child. She would just have to have it cesarean. But that's bad. I mean, that's really bad.
That's sad. And I wish these women, all the best if he did give them to them. But everybody they've been with need to be tested because that means that disease is steady out there. If somebody, just say somebody took an STD test and they didn't get a full panel and they was with one of these women.
Because I'll tell you what, like I said, I did my little homework on this, Queen. This one, because you not only can get it vaginal, oral, and through intercourse. You can get it all kinds of ways. So this man is vile.
That's a disease. That's the whole point.
You're right. It is a disease. But I mean, this man is vile. And for that young woman that was in your queue, on your commentary, she's beautiful. She was young and very beautiful.
Who are you talking about?
That was on
your community board.
On your community board, I'm sorry. On your community board. She was very beautiful. And I just felt sorry for her. I felt very sorry for her.
Well, he had people do a lot of other things, bothering the people, harassing them, threatening them, setting up cars on fire, threatening family members. R. Kelly is vile. You can wait how you want. He's done a lot of things. He may not have went and done it personally, but he had an entourage who paid them to taunt these people, or harass, bribe, all that. Just stuff that's not even worth the trouble. My thing is this: you like going to court. Seems like, so just go to court and fight it out.
That's right. Just
go to hire nobody to be setting cars on fire and standing outside your house and sending you nasty letters. Man, forget all that.
And it's such a waste of talent. He was
not nice.
So talented. He was so talented. Such a talent. And
well, most of the deviant people are talented.
and
You
that's
know,
sad. You know, that's what I said. I said it down in the chat. I said he's a wolf in sheep clothing. It's just snaky and sly wolf in sheep clothing. Just, oh my goodness. We know a few of them that are lurking around like that.
I love Priscilla.
Mercy, mercy me.
Hit the link. Show your face. Give your opinion pertaining to should a person sue if they are the recipients. Oh, I can't get it out. Of a venereal disease, should these women sue R. Kelly, the two women in New York, for getting a disease? We will see if that information will be allowed in court. That is what his lawyers are fighting to have omitted.
I personally think that it should be admitted. I think it should. I think that is a stressor. It's an emotional stress. It's emotional abuse. I think so. Anyway, I personally do. But of course, they're going to come back and say he didn't know he had it, or they would have to come up with something that somebody said that, you know, they
But we
knew.
know he had it.
Yeah.
Because herpes is not like any other disease. Most men are asymptom when it comes to chlamydia, trichomonas. They may not get the symptoms of a discharge like a woman would, but herpes is totally different.
So, I mean,
and he would know he has it.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, yeah. So that's and that I watched the little
Teresa. I don't know Teresa. They're saying he doesn't have any money.
Because actually, on your community post after watched yours, right after it is the other one that came up, the one about his wife that she was his backup dancer.
Yep, I thought it was something like that, Nancy, that I heard.
It came right up after yours went off. That one came right on up, and that was she auditioned, and she was his backup dancer when she was 19. And then he took a liking to her, and then they ended up getting married.
Yeah. I never knew he was married. Period.
Yeah,
Angela. All them sons he came out back in the night, never saw her. Never. I ain't never seen them in a picture together.
I didn't know he was married to her until a couple of years ago when all this mess started coming out.
The video where the movie The Matrix was coming out, and the geisha girl, the geisha girl, she's in the front line, and she's the one doing the Matrix move. She's in that video. And she was talking, and then it shows her with the kids. The youngest one, this was like 2 years ago, wasn't it, Night Owl? And she's like, her youngest one is like 16 2 years ago, and the oldest one is like 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they don't even see him. They're aware of some of the things that he's done, but they don't even see him. And the reporter was going, well, what would you do if you could talk to your dad? And he goes, turned around, looked at the camera, and goes, hi. Like, hi.
So that's sad.
That is very sad.
Well, I remember her saying that she had to knock on a door, like let's say he was in a room, office, whatever. She had to knock on the door before entering. So that made me think of all the allegations the other ladies made that stayed in the house with him, that they couldn't roam around the house, they couldn't move about. And it's really the same thing she was saying, that she was married to him. So I don't think all that those are lies.
He was very controlling. She said he got the longer the marriage went on, the worse it got.
He had a harem.
Yeah.
And
you can't really say he didn't have people in the rooms, locked in the rooms. How do you know? You would only know if he was there.
She said he had other houses in like Chicago and some other houses that he kept women in. He had other homes. That's what she said. So, but anyway, I can get back down, let somebody else come up. So, anyway.
Hit the link. Should a woman, man sue if they are infected with a disease? Should women sue? Should they receive compensations from Robert Kelly? Thank you, Nancy. Miss Irene, you're just an hour and 14 minutes in, dear. Hit the link if you want to join this live stream, this commentary. Thank you. Irene says, I can't imagine living like that. I guess money will buy you anything. Perhaps. Irene, it doesn't matter, honey. I had to wait for my devices and everything to charge. That's why I'm on late. I would have been on earlier. It's women who would still sleep with him knowing all of this. Well, obviously. Yes, indeed. Excuse me, I was typing. Thank you all for joining me. Air Force, do you have any commentary pertaining to the storyline? What do you think, Air Force A5? I haven't had a man's opinion pertaining to the said information. Irene, stop. Well, I'm just old. Nothing to charge here. You got to charge your phone. Girl, start crazy. Thank you all for joining me. I brought commentary in the beginning of this live pertaining to Robert Sylvester Kelly. The allegations against him, said information. There are two women allegedly saying that he gave them herpes. And so that's what led to me making this topic. Should a person sue another person if they were infected with the disease? Is there a certain disease that you should and should not sue for? Because as I state, herpes is not like chlamydia, trichomonas. It is an incurable disease. Probably more than likely painful. I'm gonna say probably is more painful than having chlamydia, trichomonas. Those are just diseases that are, a discharge, burning sensation. But a lot more comes with the herpes virus, with lesions and such. So, should these women receive compensation for receiving the recipients of the herpes virus? That's the information. Should you sue someone if they have given you a disease? Period. Excuse me. Please join the live stream. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Priscilla. I know y'all like to chat. Crystal, you have anything you'd like to say? I'm not going to hold this live any longer. But anyway, that's the said information. Let two people speak pertaining to the said information. Not Al and Nancy. Any of you would like to give your opinion, be seen on the live, please hit the link. Thank you. $37 viewers. Thank you. Oh, Lord, Crystal. You can't turn it on and talk?
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Now let me go back to the topic as far as R. Kelly and his nasty self. You know, giving out diseases all up in the video, giving diseases all up in the background, behind stage, before stage.
I didn't have my volume up. I'm sorry. Good grief. Well, y'all couldn't hear me. Sorry about that.
No problem. He's just a nasty, nasty man.
And why you say that, sir?
Because he's a filthy dude. I mean, if he's doing this to young ladies and if he's doing this to young boys, he's a nasty pervert.
Boys and girls and women and men.
Yeah, and then I mean, if he's doing this within his videos, and then he's doing it behind the scenes, yeah, he's just filthy. He's just a filthy dude. I mean, I would not. I mean, people going to do what people going to do, but I mean, females getting up there showing their faces in court, saying, "Well, yeah, he gave me STD, he gave me the herpes, he spanked me with a fly swatter and all that kind of stuff." Come on, let's be for real. If they're going to do that,
Lord.
Yeah, if they're going to do that, just go ahead and do it, But I mean, if he don't have any money, what they suing for?
I don't know.
That's the thing. They ain't gonna get nothing. But they're gonna probably get a movie deal or something, and they'll get money that way. But I mean, if he doesn't have anything in his estate, he's not getting. They're not getting anything. Period. What that's I mean,
I said not the fly swatter. That's what we laugh at. Y'all said it nasty. We gonna bring out a nasty fly swatter. Who is this? Oh, man. I didn't say that, David. I can't. I think I got too light.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've never been in that situation to pass anything on to anybody because my godmother used to always say, if you're gonna do something, take a raincoat with you.
Well, a lot of men do not like using condoms. I've seen all types of men. It doesn't matter what race they don't.
I wasn't about to mess up my health like that, so I said, okay, I just have my raincoats with me. If they don't like me wearing the raincoat, I'm sorry. I'll see you later. It's like the Morton Salt girl. When it rains, it pours.
Shut up. Indeed. That is so true.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that's the only thing I can say about this dude. It's time for him just to give up, throw his hands up and say, okay, you got me. There's nothing else I can do or say. Let me make a deal with you guys. Let me make a deal. Give me life with parole. And then send me to some type of rehab after I get out, after spend maybe 35 years. Let me do the first 35, and then afterwards y'all can send me to a rehab. There you go.
He's past the rehab stage.
You passed the rehab?
Yeah.
Well, 35 to life.
You've been doing it too long and you never got help. You're not gonna be able to go to rehab. You can get the rehab while you're incarcerated. They're gonna offer it to you. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, well, let him do the time. Maybe he'll start making some good. Yeah.
The title of the video is should a person sue if they get it from another person? Should a person sue?
Yeah, but it depends on this.
Sue a person. Sue a person. It's general question.
They can, but then you have to look at the fact that whether or not they're going to receive any funds for the suit. Who are they going to sue? Who are they going to sue? They're going to sue the guy. They're going to sue his parents. They're going to, if he's not working and doesn't have an estate or anything, who are they going to sue? They can't sue anybody. All you got, just go to the doctor and try to get yourself straightened out. You know, but if there's somebody that has some money and they think that they can win the case, then go for it. But if they, if you're gonna do it to a plain dude or a plain Jane, and she done gave it to you or he done gave it to you, how you gonna sue him? There's nothing to sue.
Say a random number.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Well, okay. Anybody else want to speak? An hour and 25 minutes in.
I thank you so much.
Thank you. That's Air Force 5. Should you sue if you are given a disease? Should these women sue R. Kelly for being recipients of the herpes virus? Will they get anything? Will that information be allowed in court? We have to see. And as Matt Al stated, got to prove that he is the one that gave you the disease. Very interesting information. Thank you so much. Well, yes, it is hard to believe he has no money. But if you can't read or write, you wouldn't have any money. You're letting other people control your money, write checks, this and that. It's no telling what these people have written to themselves, gotten out of accounts. It's no telling. I don't even think we would even know what he's actually was worth at one time. How do you ever know? Hit the link before I check out of here. You want to give your commentary pertaining to the title of the said information. Tomorrow we'll be opening statements pertaining to the state of New York versus Robert Sylvester Kelly, charges of racketeering and other said charges. He's also facing prosecution in 2 other states, Illinois and Chicago. Those are said state charges. This charges, that he is facing right now is currently in federal court in Brooklyn, New York. And they have witnesses to testify to certain said scenarios pertaining to Robert Kelly. There will be actual people testifying in this court trial. This trial will not be aired on any TV because it is a federal courtroom. But they have an overflow room where reporters and other said people can watch the trial in separate overflow rooms. That is said information. Thank you. Well, interesting. Very interesting. Thank you, Air Force, Night Owl, for speaking. Crystal, would you like to say something before I check out of here? This is a slow live this morning, so I'm not going to hold you up. I thought it was befitting for the hour of game because of the content. Yes, it is interesting. Yes, it is. Well, if no one else has any commentary to bring forward pertaining to Robert and the allegations of him transmitting herpes to 2 other women, and of course other women, but it's only 2 I think is going to be mentioned in this said trial, if indeed the judge will allow the information to be brought forth. Naturally, there are other allegations against Robert. It's a very sad situation. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to say before I check out of here? It's a sad story. Because now this trial will be pertaining to boys. They are grown men now, but they were boys at the time, the allegations. So we now have boys testifying that will be testifying against Robert Sylvester Kelly for essay against them. One was a child, a friend, did not have relations with Robert until he's older, but it is believed that Robert filmed both boys in sexual acts with other participants. So I don't know if that's boys, girls, what. Then we have to ask ourselves, were these boys gay? 17 years of age. Did he pick them out because they were gay? Because he fancied boys as well. So it's always deemed that he fancied young girls underage, but now we have information that Robert also fancied boys. But it was said by Geronda Pace that he participated in sexual relations in a room with a guy named Bubba in front of her. And as I stated, that was a baiting tool, grooming tool. Let me see what she's going to say. Let me see how she's going to react. She doesn't react. She doesn't scream. She doesn't run out. Okay, she's down for whatever. Okay, honey. Thank y'all for joining. I believe Crystal's trying to come up for a minute. Praise of the week. Yeah. We will see how it fares in court. What will be said about Robert Kelly in court? Who all will be testifying? What other information the judge will allow in the courtroom? We will see. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you so much. He said good night. Hey, 5, you going to bed already? Already going in. Okay. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
I am.
So my thing, well, it's not all Art Kelly's fault now. The girl should have also known to use some type of protection. So we can't put all the fault on him for that.
Okay, but let's remember, if you're a child, are you going to be thinking about using a condom if you have not been taught to use a condom?
Oh yeah, that's true. Because they're all underage, right?
Some of them, yes. I don't know how many are going to be introduced into this trial. I can't say.
Yeah. Okay. So should they sue? Yes. I mean, are they going to get anything? I doubt it. But how many people do you hear about suing the other person though because they contracted something for the other person? Like that's not normal. You don't hear that. You don't hear people going to court unless it's.
Well, I think people sue when it's either herpes or HIV/AIDS.
Yeah.
Those are the two that they're not curable. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, they should sue. They should sue.
Do you think they'll get any money?
No.
Why not?
No. Because where they gonna get it from?
Are you eating and hollering at the same time? Where you gonna get it from? Chomp, chomp, chomp.
No, I'm not. Yeah, where are they gonna get it from?
You ain't get no money. Chop, chop, chop.
This is a good subject for El Chapo.
Crystal.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
El Chapo.
Yeah, that's
what El Chapo got? That kitty got miles on it.
Yeah, not good. Yeah, I think that's
Russia from here.
Right. But okay, so yeah, they should sue, but also with the younger kids, right? The parents need to be held accountable, I think, from that part.
So
for the younger kids, for the parents.
For a second, your child say they're going over here to the library, Pookie's house. You assume that that's where they are, because you know people do not watch their children every 5 seconds to know where they are. So now, just ask me. A parent should be accountable for where the child is in contracting of neural disease.
Well, for the parents that knew, I'm talking about the parents that knew their child was going over there.
That's the one problem I have. Who's going to prove it?
Yeah, you can't because because there's no way you could prove it. Because I mean, you could say, "Oh, I had sex with him," but okay, if you had sex with him, how do you know you didn't give it to him?
Ooh, my stomach.
So somebody
That's
gave it
what I
to
said
him.
in the beginning of this live. Where did Robert Kelly keep saying receive, but you understand what I'm saying? How did he contract herpes? Is he the donor, or he was the recipient that ended up passing it along? And as
Yeah.
I told the chat, it has been said that Robert Kelly has a very foul rank odor downtown. Like I said about him. Sure.
God. Now, if you smell something,
Down south. Okay, Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry.
now come on now, if you smell something,
Him down south.
with some milk and cookies.
He really is. I can't do this. Please stop. Him downstairs. Him stank. Oh, what I say? If you looking for something down there, you gonna be mad as hell. Shut up, Satan. Where's my popcorn? Son of a look, Burning Man, where are you when we need you? Oh. You looking for some candy? You gonna be mad as hell. Shut up.
In all the wrong places.
Woo! Go down there and you just need a gas mask. I'm dead, Satan. Please stop.
So yeah, a person.
You gonna be mad as hell.
If you smell something, people, please stop. Smell something, say something.
Come back up. Don't shoot. I gotta go to the bathroom. Be like, color purple don't make me do it. I gotta go to school.
I can't do it.
Crystal. That's what you gonna say. I gotta go to school. Wow. Burn your eyelids out. I'm dead. That's because you stink. Because you rank downtown. You have an infection in your body. That stuff was probably coming out in his pores. Lord have mercy. I'm dead. Look at Air Force like somebody's grandmama. This dude just plain funky and nasty. Why am I dead? Sound like somebody grandma was in house shoes, flipping through the house, like damn, messing with my damn light bill. You just keep on flicking the lights off. Flicking the lights on and off. Oh, Jesus, I'm dead. Oh, I can't. Please stop.
Yeah, no.
I mean, for somebody to even say that, you smell down there. I mean, wow. I would say by now he's got some good vitamin C and some good antibiotics. He might be right now. Crystal, I'm gonna ask you a question. Crystal, and she had jumped out. I've been talking to myself. Nasty Pryor, that's not nice. Crystal, where are you, honey? You done fell off. I done about forgot my question. Lord forgive me, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just sitting here wondering. I can't think of what I was going to say. Okay, Teresa said he still stinks. Please. Okay, Teresa. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it smelled like, but I'm just saying. Common sense will tell you if a man couldn't read or write, did not orchestrate their own funds to go to the bank, write their own checks, said things, operate their own business, then that's the same person that I could see not going to the doctor, not going to the hospital, not going to the clinic, not getting checkups. That's said information. So I can see that it was smell down there because he wasn't that guy to care enough about himself to even learn how to read and write. So you think he'd be the same guy to say, yeah, I need to go to the doctor, feeling a little itchy down there, I'm feeling like something's going on down there. No.
I gotta say something.
Don't come up here with no jokes. I ain't got time for this. Oh, Vicky McCarthy, that's nice. Said soak some Wonder Bread and milk, plaster it on. Y'all, I can't see. How y'all gonna come in my chat lady 1 hour 40 with this nonsense talking about some Wonder Bread?
No, he's a walking petri dish. He's like he's,
I can't. Y'all see.
He's his own pasteur. You know, he's his own penicillin. He don't need no cure.
Go to bed, man. Just go to bed.
I didn't hear.
How you doing?
I didn't know nothing about the stanky part, and when you said that, I almost fell out of my.
That's what was said about him downtown.
I almost fell out of my chair.
So when I was thinking to myself, even then, all this having sex with different women, and he smelled down there, and he wanting all this kinky sex, wanting folks to, go down there and look for popcorn seeds. Come on now.
He must have. It wouldn't be so bad. Well, he had to get somebody had COVID that couldn't smell.
Cold liver oil. I don't know what no cold liver oil is. Now, I don't be coming up with that on country folks out. Talking about some cold liver oil. What the hell is that?
Did you hear me? He had to get somebody that has some COVID that couldn't smell or couldn't taste.
Well, he ain't there with some folks that probably got COVID while you playing. That's what I wanted to ask. What you just said. Do you think he's been in that jail having sexual relations? Thank you. That's what my question.
Yes. What you think? Yeah.
So then he probably still stank then.
Yeah, he probably was. Come on.
Some of them. Oh my God.
Oh, wee! Bubba done gone up in there and said, oh man, let me say. Good Lord have mercy.
So instead of Robert asking somebody, whose is this? Somebody asking Robert, whose is this? Shut up, baby.
See my doors. Brum, brum.
Get off my live lady. You stupid.
I gotta go to school.
You got that right.
I need to learn to write. I need to learn to read.
I can't imagine. I swear I can't. I can't imagine. I can't not. Look, he screw anything that holds still for a second. I mean, it's sad.
Bubba saying, come over here.
Talking about boys, sleeping with little boys. Come on, dude. You just, there are no words. The girls is one thing, underage girls. Now you're talking about boys. We now got you sleeping with boys. It's
That's sad. It is sick.
You don't even have a preference. What are we talking about? Any, many, money, mo. Damn. As they say, choose a box.
He'd be better at a box.
But remember, he was touched at a young age by a man and a sister. God knows who else. So the propensity is there for him to be attracted to men. That's why you have no business touching children, because you're tainting their mindset. So he's been kinky, I'm sure, as a child, desiring sex. You've been touched, you've been fondled. You got people got you doing nasty things to you, and they doing nasty stuff to you. Now you're going through high school, looking at this one, looking at that one. He probably looking at boys, looking at girls. This is bad. Nancy Pryor says he's evil. Wow. Okay. Air Force, please stop.
I just couldn't. I couldn't.
I know. I refuse to believe after 2 years of being incarcerated, he ain't had something.
Oh, come on now. You know better. Bubba saying, come over here. I'll show you how to read.
Turn off the lights.
It's the party started.
Can you imagine people talking about that? R. Kelly having sex in the jail. I'm dead.
Ooh, could you imagine the shower scene in that one?
Y'all know I'm coming up to put his back.
Not out. Don't do that. Don't start that hollering now. Don't y'all start that. Because I'd stop Not Out. She'll take off flight. She believes she can fly when she gets started.
I'm being good.
Control yourself so the people can hear you. Y'all see, y'all need to go to bed.
I'm being good.
What the hell? Vicky talking about don't try canola. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta take the camera off. Y'all don't motherfucker now. I'm done. I'm dead.
What is that?
I ain't never heard of it. I'm through. I'm gone.
Oh my God.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'm dead.
Cod liver oil. It's medicine, Angela.
I don't know nothing about it.
Look it up. You ain't never heard of that, Nancy? Cod liver oil.
Is that an old remedy?
Yep. It'll flush him right on out.
I'm not gonna lose. Leave you at the casino.
What is that? Is that for the funk? Is that what that's for? The smell?
Yeah, that'll help. It'll clean anything in your system out. Cold, flu, STD. It'll just flush all that scent out of.
Lord, I can't do
Cod
this.
liver oil. Lord have mercy.
I'm leaving it alone.
What? You know what? He needed a whole gallon full.
Yeah. Baby, if some of them old grandmamas were still living, they would have been helped him get his system clean.
Yeah.
Whew.
What gave him some hoodoo dust, his ass would disappear.
Hoodoo dust. Yeah, put him down in the swamp. Put him down in some swamp. Had him down off in the swamp. Hoodoo dust. Cod liver oil. That boy, he gonna go up there and meet Bubba. Say, eat my dose. Girl, that's sad. I did not know nothing about that boy smelling. Oh Lord. He needs to be.
We're gonna put a number in the chat.
What?
Yes or no, if you believe Robert Kelly has been having sexual relations inside of the jails since he's been incarcerated. Vicky, please stop.
Do you believe?
Nancy Pryor, I don't want to leave. Well, they don't like to hit the link, Nancy Pryor. 41 viewing, and we had the same people talking. Nadab, did you have something you want to say?
Oh, I was just telling you what cod liver oil, boy. Look it up.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it like this. Go ahead, baby.
I know you're finna go with it.
I'm dead. Has Robert Kelly been having sexual relations with men since being incarcerated? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, I say yes. Absolutely.
I
think they gonna put him in a. I just think he been by himself because you know he got beat up not too long ago in jail, or somebody punched him in the face or the stomach. I think they got him like in solitary confinement or
what
something.
What would make him smell like that? Yo, ding dong is infected.
What?
It's infected, boo boo. It's gonna smell. You got to think about years of never going to a clinic to get a antibacterial. Ooh, Satan, get your children. Hell yeah, it's gonna stink. And I look like cauliflower down there. Shut up, Queen. The hell is this? Some new shit we got there. I can't go.
Well, they got nurses. They got an infirmary.
Why did somebody mention vinegar and water? Boo boo, we passed the vinegar and water.
He needs
You
some
gotta-
holy water.
You got to be dipped in some river water.
He needs some holy water.
He should have been down there in Louisiana. Louisiana probably got something to get it all off. Inside and out.
He needs
Well,
some
you know
apple
they got-
cider vinegar.
You know, they got an infirmary, so you know they probably
he
send him.
needed that hoodoo dust. He need to go down to Miami from South Korea, where they got that stuff that they can sprinkle on top of your forehead and sprinkle at your feet and put some on your good tongue. I'm dead.
Oh, he needed to go down and see the great hoodoo master down there.
Yeah, he showed me. Somebody need to take him in the back room, far back.
Right in New Orleans.
Look,
The kind
he
where they
needs
say,
some apple cider vinegar.
Boo Boo, you so jacked up, we gotta lay you down. You can't sit in a chair. We gotta just lay you on the ground. Oh my God.
Lay you down and
Or
put
get-
them all over you.
Lord,
Or get some salt meat and draw it out. You know how you get salt meat and draw it?
Oh, girl, it fall
Hey,
off.
how you gonna draw it out, girl? You gotta shut your mouth.
It fall off. What you talking about? It just fall off.
I'm telling you, I'm betting you from all the years of him not getting no antibacterial, I can't say antibacterial, antibiotics. What the hell's wrong with me? Antibiotics, I bet you his sack is shriveled up. It's probably drawn up like old little raisin.
You remember the Californian raisin commercial?
Y'all stupid. Get off my live. Look at Irene come up the whole prison probably. Well, y'all been putting y'all pieces back there. That's on y'all.
Well, you know, if he didn't wait and there was somebody just wanted to put for
Let's
fame
keep
and
it real. R. Kelly was towed up
Serious.
in Chicago. His feet was messed up. So that should tell you something. He has never taken care of himself. That's why I believe the women when they said he stunk down there. Yeah,
Well,
you go stink. You sleep with everything. Y'all ain't using no condoms, and then they all was sleeping together, having menage a 12s and all that. Everybody kitty
No more Dr. 12.
but you know,
Cottage
Angie,
cheese smelling.
but you know, Angie, but let's be real. If he went to prison and somebody what am I trying to say?
Say it out. Can't get it out.
No, I can't. I'm all shocked and shit. I'm shocked. But if somebody
Look at
faming
her.
on him, somebody faming, and they get off in prison. Oh my God, I get it. They'll give it up. They'll get it up just to say they was with R. Kelly. Say they're gonna have to, they're getting out real soon.
You get ready to tell folks you've been with R. Kelly so you can have some stuff so you can have cottage cheese coming out of you. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Know what I just said, Ella? So they can get that cottage cheese smell.
well, they might keep that stuff. They might keep that to
I gotta go to
themselves.
the clinic now.
Well, but you know what I'm saying? There's crazy nuts in there. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with Dance on that. They will.
Yeah.
I just said that it's women that
I was gonna say fame girling, but
You see what Crystal said in the chat. Smell something, say something.
I know. She said that up on live. Say, smell something, say something. But you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying. Seriously though, they might be. You might have some. This fame girling, so to speak.
Well, I tell you what,
okay.
if he
got
got
some
something going
right
on
down.
downtown, they got fresh vegetables right between his crotch.
Well, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. He might have some string beans now. You ain't kidding.
Cauliflower, fresh.
not gangrene on it. Somebody said the man had gangrene.
We have fresh vegetables on aisle 5.
Oh, wait a minute. Listen, Nancy Pryor says he had gangrene from diabetes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I still remember the girl testifying, and I brought you that information a year ago. So if you would like to go back into my YouTube queue to pull up my old videos, I do have a video of the testimony of Harvey Weinstein. And yes, I do mention that in my video that the lady who testified said it was a horrible odor down there and it mimicked a female. And when she testified, they said the court was silent.
Ooh. So
they said he dropped his head when she said that about his private parts looking like a woman. So besides it looking like a gal, It stank too. I'm dead. Satan, shut up.
That like you got a 2-for-1. I didn't send for this.
So that's why. So that's why he always wanted girls to, probably go downtown because he couldn't provide anything to you to penetrate you. So he wanted you to put your, there. But my thing is, sorry, Harvey.
Merciful me.
What somebody should have done was gave him a reason not to never want nobody down there, if you get my drift.
Yeah, bob it off. Like, bob it. Throw it out the window.
Because it shouldn't have took but one chunk.
That's right.
Excuse my language.
What?
Nibble. It's gone.
Forget the nibble. I'll bring out a knife from underneath my shelf.
That wasn't nothing but soft cheese. Look, little cheese cubes.
You know how you used to squeeze your kids, you from afar. Oh, squeeze your head.
One little nibble. He was over with.
Oh my God.
Oh man. But they got at the infirmary in the in the prison.
Nancy asking me, could R. Kelly have gangrene? I don't know, baby.
Well, it could have gout too. I mean, that stuff just
Not
starts
gout, that's
traveling.
outside the gout.
Well, he did have something wrong with his feet. He did have something wrong with his feet. Yes, he did. Yeah, last year he did have something wrong with his feet. That's why I said the fact that he was going downhill in the jail in Chicago told the story. He was never taking care of himself. He didn't have the fortitude of his finances, his health. So I believe when the woman, whoever said he smelled down there, I believed it. Why would I not? That's just stuff. You say certain things a woman is not gonna lie about, and a woman say
that's true.
She ain't lying about that.
That's true. You stanky. That's right, and that's what I'm saying. If you are not trying to take care of yourself, that stuff will travel all through your system. Period. That's just rank. That's some rank.
Well, you don't have to believe in Natasha Downs. Don't nobody really care if you believe that R. Kelly had a foul odor between his legs. Come on, get real.
Well, I sure ain't gonna go down there and check it out.
It's not even nothing to even make up about a person that they smelt between their crotch. Come on.
That's foul. Who would want to go down there and check that out and even make something like that up?
And tell it.
Yeah, that about a star. Come on now.
You're admitting you put your face in somebody's crotch and come back and tell that it stinks, but that's a lie.
That would be embarrassing.
Why wouldn't y'all believe that when y'all got celebrities talking about they ain't taking a bath?
Look, let's just say for the record, it smells without you having to go there. If you got a bad odor, it smells. Jesus.
You just smell it.
Serious. You can have an odor without somebody having to even put any part of their face, other organs to your organs.
If you're going to want to fangirl on somebody or whatever.
When you go in the bathroom, a woman stank in the ladies' room. It stinks in there.
Oh, Lord, don't you.
There. You go behind a woman that smells in the bathroom. Well, she had a stanky kitty cat.
You are not kidding. You are not kidding. Come on now.
For me. I ain't gonna do it.
Not out. That's true. Just like
I'm just saying, why do people not get that when celebrities have come out within the past 2 days talking about they don't take baths? Y'all ain't seen it?
Ashton Kutcher. Well, Jessica Simpson always said she didn't like brushing her teeth. I said, now wait a minute, Jessica Simpson, what the hell wrong with you?
What? Ashton Kutcher don't take a bath?
Yep. Google it. By celebrities don't want to take no bath.
They're both nasty then. They probably got a funky house too. The kind of house where you walk in and the furniture stink. I see it.
Oh, Lord.
There's a lot of celebrity. Ice-T White talking about she don't like to take a bath. I said, wait a minute.
No, I saw that where she's still breastfeeding. That's just jacked up.
You think the woman is lying about the whole story? Well, there's a lot of women, so choose one.
Yeah, take your pick, have them line up and throw a dart.
It's a lot of women. And, by the way, darling, we have some boys talking too that are now men. So
that's really sad too. That's just very sad.
I believe it.
You know what's really going to be sad is if they said, okay, does he have some marks on his body that you could specifically name?
And that's all it's going to take.
That's all it's going to take.
Yeah. He got a mole on his butt cheek, a mole on his inner thigh, a mole on his stomach, a mole on his chest.
He been stabbed over
Something
here,
that
or he's
strangers
got a
would not
mark over
know.
here. That's
Yeah,
all it's
Yeah.
gonna take.
that's all it's gonna take.
Some personal
Hey,
mark on his
he's known to
body.
be very hairy or this or that, or he's got a scar on his leg. A stranger's not gonna know that. So that's a very good point, Nancy. Very
Yeah.
good point.
Mhm.
It's just gonna take a personal
true.
mark someplace that's not openly public, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be ding, ding, ding. You're
Crystal,
done.
Lord. Crystal, please stop. Somebody bump on his deep.
He gonna have more than a bump, Crystal. He gonna have cauliflower. He gonna have a
Crystal,
whole.
boy,
A
I'm
gang
through
of
with you.
popcorn down there.
Crystal, are you through talking? You just fell off. Oh God, I'm dead.
It's just oh.
But I'm gonna
But
tell you, the commentary I brought you the other day said that he looked very nervous in court last Monday. So therefore, I believe that because they said he's never looked like that before when he went to trial in 2008. Because I believe finally Robert Sylvester Kelly realizes this is the real deal. So if you are realizing that, and they said he also made contact with the jury when he was seated. Just take a plea, honey, and be done with it. Salvage some part of a life. Just be done.
Yeah.
get you some medical help in prison. They got an infirmary. Get yourself straightened out. Because he can really, really get sick from this. He can really get sick.
I said what I said. I don't care what you're saying, Latasha. You coming in here arguing. Nobody's arguing with you. Nobody cares. I'm no way I'm there to sit here and argue over a man that likes little girls and little boys and smells and never cared about himself, never learned to read and write. You think the queen's getting ready to argue with you?
Go have a conversation with his wife.
I don't rock like that.
Go have a conversation with his
I'm not
wife.
arguing over a random person. I don't care if I like his music or not. I'm not going to argue about nothing pertaining to any case I discuss on my channel. You got the wrong chick.
Maybe it's not a real person. You think we are.
Well, this loudmouth got almost 8,000 subscribers. How about that? But I know how to fix you. Because you probably stink too.
Oh, bang. She one of them women when you go to the bathroom and they blow.
Another cottage cheese sniffer.
Oh, you know how, Angela, you go to a women's bathroom and you hear Gabriel's horn.
Block her. Block her out. Block her out.
I did.
Okay. She ain't talking about nothing. Coming here arguing about something. Nobody cares.
Haven't you ever been to a women's bathroom and you hear Gabriel's horn hooting when you go in?
Sitting here arguing about a stranger you don't even know. Who cares?
Didn't I tell you he got some bride of that? Is some women out here go argue you down?
Like I told this dude.
That's crazy.
You entitled to your opinion. That's your business. But what I'm not going to do is argue with you about a stranger.
True.
You are entitled to your damn opinion, but I am not getting ready to argue with you.
Go have a conversation with his ex-wife.
Once you go over there to his house and let him lock you up.
About what you believe and don't believe. You ain't never had sex with him. You ain't never dated him. You ain't never married him. So you can't say what he got going on and what he got going on physically, how he treated somebody. Because you would never been with him.
True that. All I know is I wouldn't go down there.
Go take your children over there to him.
Right, thank you.
There you go.
That's another goofy chick. Everybody you see is like that. They love to ride or die for people that don't know anything about. They're gonna ride or die for you.
There you go.
We see every day people that people thought they knew. They find out the most horrible things about them.
Yep.
So I'm not going to ride or die for Robert Kelly or anybody. This was a neutral commentary.
Yep. It sure was.
You entitled to your opinion. I don't care. It's like I'm going to lose sleep because Robert smelled down there. Come on, serious.
That's funky donkey.
Just take your children over there with him and let him babysit. And then come back in a week and tell us how it go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. You
I
go have a
don't believe it. I don't believe it.
go have a conversation
Right.
with his
I
ex-wife
don't
and
believe
his
it. Look,
children.
he got so much going on. Which part of R. Kelly you don't believe?
Right. Yeah. Well, let's just do this. Go visit him in prison and let him drop his drawers and see how it goes.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah, you
That
go
part.
lay down with him and tell us how it go.
No, just let him drop his drawers and take a whiff.
Sick.
Not probably
But that
trouble.
just show you that just goes to show you how sick people are that you willing to cry and moan because of an allegation of somebody having a body odor. My thing is that's not even something people even make up about you.
No, especially
Nobody just
somebody
makes
that's
up that you
famous.
smell. Come
Yeah,
on.
somebody that's famous. Come on, that's not something you make up of somebody.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Dodo bird.
that's not, come on now, come on.
You're a
That'd
wealthy
be
person and you can't afford soap and water. Okay.
and a doctor. Come on, a
He
shot.
had too much money not to take care of himself. That ain't
That's
Well,
no
and
right.
that's the point. But because we know that he couldn't read and write and does use common sense. So if you can't read and write, you never tried to learn to read and write, you never was over your finances, you want us to believe also you were going to the doctor, getting checkup and well checks, getting your prostate checked,
True.
getting your diseases under control. Because let's use better judgment. He probably had more than herpes. Come on.
Yeah,
Let's
probably
stay woke.
did. Probably
He
did.
probably had chlamydia, trichomonas, HPV, probably had a whole lot of other stuff going on. So
Probably
anybody
did.
has to argue with nobody about him having body odors down there and being infected. Oh, I mean, just grow up.
Probably did. He probably did. That's just bad. That's just ooh-wee. Like you said, Satan, I can't. I can't. Ooh-wee. Just the mental picture of that one is enough to scare you, make you jump back and holler.
Hello, Melissa.
Satan,
How you doing, baby?
Satan,
Thank you
get
all for
behind
joining
me.
me. Well, my thing is this. I'll tell you all, I'm not here to argue with you about anything pertaining to a
Mm.
story. Just not. You believe what you want to believe. But like I said, there's just certain things I can't see somebody lying about. And that's just like me. I know I keep a clean house, a clean body. So I know nobody will ever come in here and go back out to that street and say, she smelled, her house was nasty.
Well,
Because anybody that knows me know how I rock. Oh, Queen gonna pick up a lint ball. She gonna have clean sheets. She gonna keep the bathroom sink wiped down. She does that every night. Anybody that knows me know how I rock. So ain't nobody gonna never testify. Oh, she smelled. She was this. You see where I'm going?
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Anybody that would see somebody famous and do that would be really
Because what
hard
you're doing is
pressed.
you're telling on yourself
So
that you
that's
laid with
it, right?
somebody that stunk.
Stunk. That's right. That's what I'm saying.
So this heifer comes in the chat talking about, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Well, keep clutching your damn pearls. Don't choke the dance.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you want to go tell on yourself saying you laid with somebody that is funky
Goofy ass.
donkey down there?
Just goofy.
That's the
That
part they
makes
don't get.
You telling on
that
yourself that you've been with somebody that smell.
that's
But
that's
nine
what I'm
times out of 10,
saying.
he still wanted you to do stuff with him knowing he stunk.
That's what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. That would be embarrassing on yourself.
Goofy. These people are goofy out here.
That would be really embarrassing on yourself.
Very embarrassing to tell you laid with somebody. Yes, that's why I said if I knew I met somebody, boom, and then they did pull down the clothes and it smelled woo woo. I'm not going to tell you they smell, had a body odor, because there's a lot of people who have had a body odor. And most people are just not going to tell you, yeah, we did, whatever, but they were funky as hell.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Woo-wee, that person needed some DO, or something. You didn't
And
go
I'm sure a
tell
lot of
that.
men said, I've
Nah,
heard
they
men
need to
say,
sit in a
"God,
tub of
listen."
bleach.
They went on, they went ahead and got the kitty, but the lady stunk. I've heard it 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Sit her in a tub of bleach.
They go right back and tell it, yeah, I got it, but she's funky, she stink, house nasty, stay woke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A
So,
lot
I
of
mean,
guys will tell that about her. Yeah, I hit it, but she funky. And yeah, they're telling their business. I wouldn't tell nobody that.
And then they
But
said,
Right, me
I
either.
know.
everybody's different. Everybody's
I
different.
had a friend that was like that. He called me up at 2, 3 in the morning and said, I had a 2-bagger.
Oh my God.
What?
When we was in college, it was like that. They were saying the same thing, put a bag over her face. And I never understood it first when they were talking about it. I said, what are you talking about? They was like, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter, Angie, if she's pretty or not. If she's not pretty, you just want to get down. We put a bag over her face and we screw her. That's it. Excuse the language.
Yeah.
So,
And I was like, exactly. And I said, what's a 2-bagger? Well, a 2-bagger is in case the first bag falls off. There's still a bag
yeah.
over her face. Yep. I was just like, what?
But that's just like Harvey Weinstein. Who's to say
Hmm.
if the woman did this or did that with them? But the point is, you really don't have to put your face, body parts to somebody once they disrobe. If they have a very foul odor, you're going to smell it before you even touch them. You don't have
Exactly.
to touch somebody to smell them.
Because you emit that odor when you start heating up, your body starts getting
Yeah.
hot. That's right. So why tell off on yourself? Why would these women want to embarrass themselves? Why would they want to submit that? Why would they want to admit that?
Late T, you can't mask a smell by using a condom. See, that's the whole point. If you smell,
Not
you
an
smell.
infection.
Condom don't have anything to do with
Mm-mm.
that. Condom don't have anything to do with you smelling.
Comes out of your
Stink. What's a condom?
pores.
What's a condom gonna do? Stink.
Now, when you got that much going through your body, it's gonna
Yeah,
come out your pores.
man. Yeah, like you said, a walking petri dish. The condom wouldn't have mattered. I done already said it. He'd have to be dipped in the river, literally.
A holy river.
The River Jordan. Come on.
Look, you need to be down there where Queen was, Lake Pontchartrain. You might have
You got it. That's what I was getting ready to say, girl.
you
got
might have came out okay down there because there's a lot of water down there. They'll put some of that hoodoo down in that damn water and dipped you down in there. Look, dipped you down in that hole and brought you back up.
That's right, down there in New Orleans. Take you down there to that graveyard, to that witcher woman. Yes, you betcha.
Well, my thing is this. You smell. It doesn't even matter. You can smell
obviously.
people. Listen, you can smell people without them disrobing their clothes. Come on, stop playing these mind games.
You sure can.
They might not know.
People walk by you every day and smell, and they ain't got their clothes on. So I'm not gonna sit here and say somebody lied because
I'm not gonna play with Emma. I'm not gonna play with Queen. I'm not gonna play with her.
Act like an adult.
You got that right, Angela. You
People
got
walk by
that
every day
right.
and stink. You go to the doctor's office, the store. Somebody walk by you smelling like a damn dog, smelling like a monkey, a goat. They got all their damn clothes on, and then you want to question somebody saying, "Where you pull the damn clothes off?"
Can I testify? Can I testify?
I don't care what y'all do.
I worked with a
I don't know either.
Beverly. I worked with a woman.
Well, y'all go for Beverly. Beverly ain't here. I don't know why Crystal want me out so bad. Want Beverly out so bad.
I worked with a woman, and she literally got fired. Now listen, y'all. She got fired. They had to come up. We knew. Our inner circle knew why that woman got fired. I'm not going to name names where I worked, but that woman got fired because of her smell.
Okay, Elizabeth, I'm not saying herpes smell. We're saying R. Kelly had been rumored to have a body odor. I'm not saying herpes has a smell. We're saying one of the women years ago made a comment that he smelled down there. Go ahead, Nancy.
She got fired because she smelled. She did not take care of herself.
Thank you, Melissa.
She literally smelled. Every time she came to work, it was like brown boys scattered.
I smell people. Look,
oh my God.
I've been around people, smell, and like I said, they got they're fully clothed. So like I said, the truth needs no explanation.
Yes.
Nobody has to explain to anybody about people clothed, unclothed. Common sense should tell you if you smell somebody with their clothes on, then that means they're gonna flip the clothes off.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They don't need no explanation about that.
Yes.
That's not something you make up about a person anyway. People can lie and make all kind of nasty things about you. Ain't nobody gonna say you smell. I don't care what nobody say.
Mm-hmm.
They may lie on you about something else, but they ain't gonna lie and say you stink.
That's the worst
Not
thing to
publicly.
say about somebody. That's
Smelling like rotten shit. Day old damn good age.
That's who's gonna walk up to somebody and say, "Oh,
Damn,
hi, it's nice to meet you."
damn carton of milk, sour milk.
By the way,
His
have
his
you?
body
Do you know you
widened.
smell like? Do you know you smell like sulfur?
His body was widened. It was white down there.
Nancy, listen to Nancy talking about women that smell like fish, stink hangs in the air. Well, I'm just saying. That's the point I'm trying to make, is that people smell every day and they have their clothes on. So that means if they took their clothes off, you would smell it more prevalent with their clothes off.
Yeah.
I didn't think we had to explain that.
Yeah.
Yes, you do for some people.
Yeah.
Hit the link. I'm at 12 to 15 minutes. Should you sue if you get a venereal disease? Should these women sue R. Kelly for being contracting herpes from him? Hit the link, ladies. Drop the link.
That's what I was saying. I was shocked when you said that in California
I'ma
you
drop
could
it.
sue.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have my computer out here. Thank you, Nadal. I was shocked when you said in California when you brought that to the other day.
Liable for passing a disease in the state of California, even if you do not know you have it.
That's right. When you brought that to you the other day, my mouth fell open. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you can!" And
Every
you can
state
even
has its
use
own
your
rules.
homeowner's insurance.
Listen. Let me talk to you about the good old South. For those, if y'all really want to go there, the Queen gonna take you there. We got some dodo birds that want to chime in the chat and think they know every damn thing. In the state of Georgia, it is against the law to perform oral sex. Stay woke.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So close your blinds.
There was a couple in a car, and a lady called the cops on them. I saw that on my news break. They were married, and they were pulled over in front of her house. But
state of Georgia has good old boy laws. It's against the law to perform copulation in the state of Georgia.
But when you brought that the other day and you were talking about that you can sue for having an STD, and you can also use your homeowner's insurance. I about fell over.
No, you can sue their homeowner's insurance.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You can sue their homeowner's insurance. I about fell over. I was like, woo, woo, woo.
You crying about, I ain't got no money to pay you, Shamika, that I gave you gonorrhea. Well, you got homeowner's insurance.
That's right.
Yeah, well, we're going to court.
That's right. Well, guess what? I'll see you in court. That's right.
Okay, Air Force says state of Maryland too. Okay.
Well, there you go.
If you want to hit the link pertaining to the subject at hand, my title is, should a person sue if they contract a venereal disease from a said person? Should it matter what the venereal disease is? As most of you know, herpes and HIV/AIDS are the only two that are incurable. So that leaves the other trichomonas: gonorrhea, chlamydia, HPV, genital warts.
I mean, I know they have shots for HPV, but HPV can give you cancer for a woman and undetected cancer on your cervix, and it can cause you not to be able to conceive.
And let me also say this to ladies in the chat. Let me make this clear to you, the information I'm going to bring to you. If you continuously have sex unprotected, you are at risk. Let me say this right. Unprotected sex, and you contract venereal diseases, and you don't go get antibiotics, when I said anti-something.
Yeah.
You are at risk for cervical cancer. Many women do not know that.
Yes, you are.
So if you see a discharge down there, please go get it checked, because the longer you go without getting it checked, you have a high risk of being a recipient of cervical cancer. And many women have cervical cancer 9 times out of 10 because they did not get their girly checks and get the medicine they needed for their viral infections. So if you're out here sleeping around and you get a discharge whatever it may be, please go get the medicine because you will ante up your risk for cervical cancer. And I hear she is not nice. I know 2 of my classmates have died from cervical cancer. And when I learned the cause, I was mortified. So please, when you get a discharge, please, ladies, go to the doctor and get it checked out.
Yep. I've had many family members that have had
Yes,
cancer.
some women may not go, but I believe a lot of women do have symptoms. It is known that men are asymptomatic; they don't have symptoms. But I think a woman gets a symptom quicker than a man for some reason.
Yes. Yes. And HPV is very well known to have give you cervical cancer, and that is an STD. So yes, and there is no telling what R. Kelly was walking around.
HPV is prevalent with high school age students.
Yes.
Teenagers,
yes.
let me say that. HPV is
Yes.
prevalent with teenagers.
Yes. Yes.
Hit the link before I check out of here. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Come on, you guys. Hit the link so I can get out of here.
Come on, somebody else can come up here and give their opinion. She doesn't bite at all. I can go back down or I can stay up. Keep you company. Doesn't matter. Oh, here we go. Yay.
I had to chime in on this.
Yeah. There you go.
You were saying no kind of compilation. What did you say? No oral sex in Georgia?
Wait. I can't hear you. Where are you calling from, sweetheart?
I'm originally from California, but I live in Texas right now. So,
hello, Texas. Thank you for joining. What's your question, sweetheart?
Well, pretty much I just wanted to chime in on your comment about the Georgia thing about that it's
oral sex. Yes.
Yeah, that it's no.
It's against the law
to move. I have to move out of
first. Perform oral sex either way in the state of Georgia.
Wow. And that thing about
listen, the South is a good old boy ruled this country, as most of you know, and that is one of their old laws. There is against the law to perform oral sex. Hell, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's in the Bible. You're not supposed to.
I couldn't do it. I'd have to move out of Georgia.
Wait a minute.
Oops, that's embarrassing.
Okay, next question. Anything? Let's talk about my title, Miss Lady. Do you think these women who want to have their information introduced into court should sue him for him giving them herpes?
Honestly, I don't think so. No, that's their choice to go lay down in the bed.
Why
that's their choice. That's their choice to lay down in the bed with them. If they choose to do it like that, that's their choice.
Do you think a person can sue? Well, then I guess it's the answer for suing a random person for them giving you a disease.
Yeah, got to treat everybody fairly.
Anything else you want to say, sweetheart?
No, you guys are great. That's all.
Thank you so much. Thank you for following the content, baby.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
Well, she says no. You don't need to sue because you laid down without a condom. What do you think about that, Nancy?
Well, I mean, she's got her opinion. But
so what about your husband, your boyfriend, your lover? See, she didn't think about that.
Yeah, and she did. Well, one other thing too.
And you've been going with your husband, your boyfriend, girlfriend without a condom, and then you come up short. See?
Yeah.
It's always the variable.
Yeah, or they know they've had it, and they don't tell you they've had it, and they go to practice, whatever on you, and they have a breakout. They don't tell you they've got it. They never told you they had it. Then they give it to you. I be practicing bobbit. See, I'd be upset. I'd be more than upset. See, then we got a problem.
Once again, if you are married, dating somebody, and you come up short, do you sue?
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. I'd be upset.
Hello, Olivia.
So pose that to the chat. Say, for instance, not just would you sue, but let's say that person has prior knowledge and you're in a relationship with somebody. They have knowledge that they have it. They don't tell their partner that they have it. They've been in a relationship with their said partner for a while.
Sandra.
And then they have a breakout and they pass it on.
It don't matter about the breakout. That's not gonna matter.
It doesn't? I thought they had to have. Oh, okay.
You
So,
still have a chance. Thank you, Sandra. You still have a chance of catching herpes even if there's no breakout.
oh, okay. See, I didn't know that.
Because it's in
I
your
thought they
system.
had.
You can't. There's no cure. So think about it. If there's no
Okay.
cure,
Okay. I thought it had to be. See, I didn't know that part. I thought you had to be actually having a breakout. So I didn't know that part.
It's in,
So-
it'd be no difference. It'd be no difference in HIVs. How would it be
Okay.
different? Think about it.
It would.
It's
It
in
would.
your system. It's in your blood. I don't
Okay.
got no obvious symptoms because I'm taking medicine. See where I'm going?
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
You're right.
They do say that you have a less chance of transmitting it with the HIV, I believe, on the medicine. But as they state, you're still rolling the dice.
Okay.
I still think
All
you're
right.
rolling the dice, even with the
Okay. So,
HIV.
okay. I wasn't. I
So
wasn't.
suppressing the antibodies, but with the herpes, I still believe you can pass it even if you don't have an outbreak.
Okay. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking outbreak. Okay. So pose that to the chat. So let's say they had prior knowledge.
If
Your
they know
partner
and you
doesn't.
didn't, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be mad. If they know and you didn't. What are you saying, Kim? If they know and you didn't, I wouldn't. You said I would be mad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Sandra, for the super sticker. I haven't had sex in 12 years, so I'm hoping my ex hasn't been. Wait a minute, my eyeball's about to fall off. I haven't had sex in 12 years, so I'm hoping my ex husband was clean. Okay. But that's the whole point about sex is you're taking a chance. Anytime you have sex and you don't use protection.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A person could have sex with somebody yesterday. They don't have no symptoms of anything. Then they come over here and sleep with you today or tomorrow. And then they didn't use a condom. Well, they don't know that possibly they transferred something or caught something. And then they sleep with you the next day, 2 days, a week, however long it takes. And now they're passing it back.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I would sue if I was in a relationship with somebody.
I'm asleep. Well, wake on up, Olivia.
That's what I'm saying. If I was in a relationship with somebody and it was a long term, or let's say 2, 3, whatever years, and all this time he knew and I knew I was clean. I knew for certain I was clean. I didn't have anything. And I end up in a relationship with somebody and then that person knew for certain they had something and that was a secret they were holding. And then all of a sudden I end up with, oh boy, you better believe it.
What you getting ready to do, white girl? What you getting ready to do? What you going to do? You about to get jiggy. You about to blow up the Empire State.
I'm about to get jiggy. I'm about to get jiggy. And he better hope he got some homeowners insurance. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm about ready to get jiggy.
Wait a minute, Nancy.
It's supposed to be on like Donkey Kong. That's what I'm talking about.
Say nothing, Nancy.
That's right.
What Nancy about to do? She about to
That's right.
She about to fight. Wait a minute.
That's right. That's right. It's fixing to be on. Because he gonna wish he was gone.
What we gonna say in the hood? What a lot of fluid.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Because he gonna wish he was gone.
We gonna burn tonight, boo boo.
That's right. That's right.
We gonna do like
eating my dust.
The color purple.
That's right. That's right. Hold your head back, because he gonna wish he was gone. That's right. You got that right.
Wait a minute. Come on, Miss Steely.
You ever seen The Burning Bed? You ever seen that? You ever seen that movie, Burning Bed? Yeah. Yeah. You ever seen that movie? The Burning Bed? Yeah, you got that right.
Jesus.
You got that right.
Well, sure. Shoes right up there. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it.
You right there. You got that right. I'm leaning towards a burning bed, girl. I'm gonna
That's a
burn
good
that
movie.
bed down. That's right. Burning bed.
I ain't
It's
trying
on.
to burn up. I got problems. I can't. I need to breathe. I ain't trying to find out with no smoke inhalation.
Ain't gonna be no smoke inhalation because he ain't gonna be breathing when that bed's burning. That's all I'm saying.
But listen,
It's done.
if you all are new to this channel, please go back into my YouTube queue and check out the video I did about a nice looking young man, African American male, who infected many women in the Nashville area, Alabama area. He was a softball player. He traveled playing on, the softball team, and he infected many women with HIV. And he knew he was HIV positive. That's a very good story. I can't remember his name, but if you go back in my older videos, which is I did those videos probably around winter time. So go back in my queue and check back around December. I did a video about him. He is now currently incarcerated.
Yep.
He's currently incarcerated.
You're lucky to be alive. That's all I got to say.
And he was married.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's a fine black man. He's a light-skinned black man, very fine, but he knew he had it. I think he contracted it. It was probably around 2005, somewhere in there. He knew he had it, went to the doctor. He knew he continuously slept with the women, so he didn't know he had HIV.
That's terrible.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you. So please check that content out. Please check out my older videos. And please check out my video I did yesterday on the live. What do you think about the live I did yesterday?
That was good.
With the woman in the freezer?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That's something else, man. That's why I said you hear, not just see something, say something. You hear something.
Yeah, I talked to the woman next door. She was a Caucasian girl. She was younger, and she told me I did hear her. I heard something banging on the wall, and I said, "Why didn't you call 911?"
I know
somebody. Then another neighbor said they did hear somebody hollering around Christmas time, and let it go.
I have a personal story like that. I have a very personal story like that of somebody, screaming bloody murder, and they heard that, and nobody called 911, nobody did anything, and that said person lost their life. They lost their life, and they were brutally stabbed 58 times from the waist up.
Yes, for those that's in the chat tonight, please check out my video I uploaded yesterday pertaining to the woman in the freezer in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. It's a very horrific story. She had 7 children she was not raising. She met this guy on the internet. One thing led to another. He solicited her for sex. She went back to his house to have sexual relations with him and that girl, the 22-year-old. And I don't know what jumped off inside that house, that apartment, but what's sad is that he had a mother living there. And that's something I meant to mention in the video, but I was rushing to get that video out because I didn't know, who was going to come out. I was filming, so I was kind of nervous filming it, but the thing still remains. He had a mother living there and a dog living there. And my understanding of what the person I talked to yesterday said, well, the dog was dragging the mother around down the stairs inside the house, and the mother had to heard something. It's a townhouse. Yeah. No way you can't hear somebody being beat with a bat. Come on.
I didn't realize that I thought it was a ruse when you said something about go up and see about the mother. I thought that was a ruse. The mother was really there.
What did I tell you? You cannot believe anything that is coming from a liar.
Oh my gosh.
They are pitting against each other, this version, that version. So you do not know what is said, what is the truth.
The mother was really, there was a mother really there.
He hooked up with the girl, brought her home, wanted to keep her there. He's done this before, so I'm not going to believe he just hooked up with her on the internet and just wanted her to come spend the night, stay. He did that too. Keep her there. He's already done that in Blount County. I've already said that in my live. That lady was able to escape and get out of there and go file charges in Knoxville. This is why he's able to do this again. Nobody pressed charges or followed through or however it went. I don't know. But
That's sad.
You can Google it. A lady from Knoxville was held captive in a house in Blount County before this happened.
And had they followed through with that said would have never happened.
Yeah, Blount County doesn't even have it on record that she was kidnapped in the house. The only reason she got out of there is because she pled and told him she had a son.
My gosh. I couldn't believe you were on location. I was like, where is Angie at?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. I wasn't in any danger.
No, I know. You were just, it was just like you were walking down the street.
There, nobody, whoever lived there wasn't there. And those people are in Clinton jail, Clinton, Tennessee jail.
Dang, man. Yeah, that's what I said. You not only see something, say something, but if you hear something, please do not stay quiet.
Well, the girl next door that lived on the end, closest to the street, she should have banged on the wall. You making all that damn noise. See, I'm that type of chick. You making all that noise. I'm going to bang back. Hey, what the hell you got going on over there?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you hear something that just does not sound right, it doesn't matter. Call 911. You know, if you got to eat egg a little bit, so what? You know, eat egg a little bit. Call 911. If it saves someone's life, it's worth it.
She's gone now, and allegedly
I
she
know
has 7 children. And I don't know if her mother was raising her children or what, but those are children who now don't have a mother. And now we're talking about a woman who was tortured, nipple pulled off her body, something else they did, neck broke, pushing her into the upright freezer because she was tall, then cut up, thawing out in a plastic bag. When Sergeant Moore went to the scene. And I have met and talked to Mr. Sergeant Moore.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just sick. Sick. That man is sick.
It's ridiculous.
Sad. That's sad. And
his mother was living there the whole time. So that she heard what went on in that house.
Oh, yeah, she did.
So what I'd like to know is, where is the mother?
Exactly, where's she at? Well, I wonder if she's still living, or how old was she at the time? I must have missed it.
Never been mentioned. It's never been mentioned how old the mother was.
No, how many years ago was this?
This is last year, honey.
Oh, last year. Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
December 19th is when they believe she went to the house.
That's right. And then they found her in August of 2020.
Well, the girl who helped kill her told it.
Yeah.
I always wonder who told. Now I know it's her. She told it allegedly. But then the person I talked to today, the neighbor said, no, somebody else told it. But I said, well, it doesn't really matter. The point is, somebody had knowledge. So it doesn't matter who told it. You still had knowledge there was a dead person in the freezer. A dead person was in the freezer for 8 months. So it don't matter who told it. You knew about it. And she's the mother, didn't know. Well, you know damn well she knew. Come on, baby. It's a townhouse. You know damn well that woman heard everything that went on that day.
It's not the East Wing.
However long she lived, the mother heard everything. Well, let me say this, because this doesn't have anything to do with R. Kelly and the topic of our video. The point is, allegedly in the article I brought you, she was hit in the kitchen with a bat.
Yep.
So you want me to believe the mother didn't hear none of that going on downstairs. And then it was also said that after they hit her with the bat, they took her upstairs and then tied her up and raped her. Both raped her. So now you're telling me you raped a bloody person? And she died from those injuries of being beat with the bat. And that's when he decided to say to her, allegedly, we got to get rid of her. So that means also you didn't have no car, because you kept her in an upright freezer for 8 months until that crazy heifer left and told on you, allegedly.
They just need to go check out your video, because once they see that place is not a mansion, They will
It's
figure
a
it out.
townhouse.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
typical
small.
townhouse.
It's
4 apartment duplex. 2 1 bedrooms.
yeah.
One on one side, one on the other end, and 2 bedroom apartments in the middle of the
Yeah.
building. No, it's not
It's
big. And somebody
no.
heard that girl scream,
Yeah.
fight, fuss in that apartment. No way you
Yeah.
didn't hear that.
Yeah. She was fighting for her life as much as she could.
Well, they had her in the freezer, Melissa.
Sad. It's very sad. Oh, good
So I'm going to
grief.
say this to you all. Uh, we are all flawed. We all
Yes.
make mistakes in meeting people. We go to people's houses, homes, get in their cars, meet them in public, go meet them at their apartments. However you meet people, you have to be very careful in meeting people because you don't know people. We take for granted that the person sounded nice on the phone. You video chat with them. He sounded nice. She sounded nice, but you don't know people. You see, this is what I've learned, and I'm speaking from personal experience on something that happened to me recently. The person on the phone is not the person you're going to meet in person.
Yeah. People get
They're not.
catfished. They get catfished all the
No.
time.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about a catfish story this time. He put her under the bed on a Wednesday because they came to the house on a Wednesday and they didn't have a warrant. So they came back Thursday morning and he took her out of the freezer, dismembered, and thawing out.
Yeah.
So imagine pulling that bag out, that cover out, and
Hmm.
opening the bag and seeing a dismembered white woman in a bag.
Hmm.
This is real. And somebody I know had a bullseye view of everything transpired. 318.
Sad.
You don't know people. So this is why I say to you, for those who like to come in and argue and bicker about people in these stories, you don't know these people. You know what was said to me last year about that fucker? He was nice. He waved, had a dog. Well, guess what? He was the same guy that kidnapped 2 women. One got away years ago. And then this one in December 19, he did.
Man.
So stop bragging and upholding people in these stories like you know them. You don't. But I preach this to you all the time. You come in the chat, you're arguing about somebody's daddy, mama. They sound like they nice. They didn't do it. They didn't kill the baby. How the hell you know what they did?
It's all right. You don't.
How
You
the hell
don't.
you know what somebody did and you don't know them?
You don't.
So now,
You
that's what I be trying to make you all understand. Stop bickering with people about strangers. Stop it. You don't know people.
you don't. You don't, Angie.
Kill that lady. Lady has 7 kids. She didn't have custody of her children. Whatever's going on in her life, I don't know. But the point is, she didn't deserve that.
No, she didn't. She's still human. She was still human, and
She
she
deserved
was.
that.
Her life mattered.
And I'm telling you, listen to what I'm saying to you. Whenever you see Angela talking to you in this camera, I talk to you because I'm speaking from experience. You don't know people.
I type it in the chat all the time. Queen is the real deal truth talk. I type it in the chat
These
all
people
the
smile
time.
in your face, laugh and talk to you, but you have always got to remember that once the door is closed, you are on your own. The facade is over. I learned this a month ago dealing with somebody. A whole nother person emerged. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And I already had an inkling they wasn't well. On the phone, they flipped script out of nowhere. And I tried my best not to deal with them or, talk to them on the phone, whatever. And they kept pleading, oh, I just want to talk to you, I just want to talk to you, blah, 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 blah. And I foolishly met the person. I'm telling you, don't do it. The first sign that they're combative, argumentative, cut their ass off. Cut them off. Just cut them off. And this person right now is currently calling my phone for blocked numbers. I don't want you. I don't want to be bothered with you. I'm never going to answer the phone. Not now, not never. Stop calling. We have nothing to talk about. You understand what I'm saying? Thank you, Nada. You don't know people.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
That's why a lot of you don't know me, and I may seem rough around the edges, and it's not that I mean any harm. It's that I speak from experience, and I'm telling you, thank you, Sandra. I'm telling you from experience, you don't know people. You will never know people. I see people who are fake and fraudulent every fucking day. And when I see your ass like that, I cut your ass off. And I don't got no problems. Because I have to preserve me. I got to preserve my damn life.
That's all right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Because this is why we have dead people in the cemetery. Because somebody went back in and didn't listen.
Yeah.
And you have to always remember about a person that is violent. Their main objective is to get back in your peripheral so they can do your ass in.
That is true. They want to get a second chance. They want to get your good graces
You
in.
think that person that's calling my phone wants to just have lunch? I'm not stupid.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. They
She's
want.
ignoring me. She won't talk to me.
Mm-mm.
You think that person's going to be apologetic? They may play the role at first if I answer the phone. I'm sorry, I apologize, blah, blah, blah. But I know that first time I'm in their peripheral, they'll probably snatch me ball. I ain't no fucking dummy.
Yep. Yep. First chance they get.
The first chance they get.
Yep. Been there, done that.
You call all day, I'm not answering. Because I saw this person for who they really are. Once I met, got to talk to them and be around them, I said, oh, yeah, this motherfucker is great. I had already seen the sign on the phone that they got flipped quick. So you always have to be careful of people that flip quick in a phone conversation.
Yeah.
Stay woke.
Yeah.
Person can flip quick in a phone conversation. Hang that fucking phone up.
Yep. You have the power. You have the power on the other end of the phone. You can say, okay, click, click.
I'm fine, honey. Because
I'm
I have the
glad
power not to answer.
That's right. That's
It
right.
doesn't
You
matter.
do. It's right.
I don't have to answer. That's the whole point. People need to understand.
That's right.
Things don't work out with people you meet. You don't have to answer the phone. You don't meet them. Once you see what they're about, you move on. Cut them off. It's how you get hurt is because you go back in.
That's right. You give them.
I have no reason to go back in.
That's right.
Because there was never nothing there in the first place. And I know what they're doing. They called last weekend. They called last night during the live. 9 times out of 10, the person saw me live. They knew what they were doing. Oh, she's live. Because the phone call came in while I was live last night.
Yep.
Or night before.
Yep. Yep. That's
Now,
what that was.
We don't anything to talk about.
Yep. They're trying to get their good graces back in. Yeah. It's called the honeymoon stage.
Well, Nancy, the thing about even telling people where you live, you can meet somebody, you know, date them, whatever, and then at some point you're going to tell people where you live. This is life.
Mm-hmm.
If you can meet somebody and date them for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they seem nice. Well, week 4, they might not be. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know who you're dealing with.
No, they play that role for a reason.
Yeah.
They play it for a while until you let your guard down.
Yeah.
And then when they see that little weak spot, that's when they go. That's when they think, there's that little clink in the armor.
Yeah.
That's my way in. Yeah. Oh,
well,
yeah.
She needs to hit the link. What's the problem? Just hit the link.
Yeah.
I'm almost 3 hours in, so she needs to come on. Hit the link.
It's okay. Come on up. Heck, I got a big bun on the top of my head.
Why you got it up there?
Because I look like Pebbles. I was laying in bed. I look like Pebbles. Fixing to go get it all cut off. Well, gray hair came in. It came in all curly. This is ridiculous.
You're so funny.
I mean, it did. It came in curly. It's so curly. And I got a high forehead.
This is off the topic of R. Kelly and the issue at hand with the suing for venereal disease, all this. But in the end, things are, you never know what can happen. You don't know people.
Ladies have to be careful.
I pray for you, Miss Gracie. The point is you don't know people. You know, I know somebody. They're no longer living. They were the greatest chameleon that ever lived. They lied, they cheated, they manipulated, they stole. And let me tell you, in the end, his last days, he paid the piper.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Well, looky here.
Hello.
Tasha.
Hello.
Oh. Well, hi.
Hello. And Nancy, how are you guys?
I'm fine. How are you?
How are you doing, darling?
I'm hanging. And Nancy, how are you guys? I'm hanging. Oh,
thank you, AB. What do you have to say, Tasha? Come on, baby.
Okay. I was
Let me turn
chatting down yonder. And they asked me if I would come up and speak about what you were saying about meeting people that you don't know, really how they are as far as
well, my thing is, look, let me say this before you get started. You don't know anybody, so it doesn't matter if you met them yesterday, today, tomorrow, you dated 5 days. The point is, you don't know anybody.
right.
You've heard the stories of people that dated for a couple of weeks, dated for a couple of months, and somebody else emerged. So it is only a matter of time when he or she decides to reveal him or herself. Go ahead.
That's it. I started dating a neighbor that I met in 2009. And it was off and on.
Explain to us. You got to set it up. You got to set it up.
Okay.
You met at the mailbox, you met at the car, you met outside, set it up.
Oh, Lord. Basically what happened, y'all, excuse my appearance.
Make it brief as you can, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. So 2009, kind of lost contact for some years and then started dating again back in 2013, off and on.
To me. He lived next door, across the hall, across the street. How? You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
he lived across the street, across the hall, what?
He lived in the apartment complex that I lived in.
Okay, you knew him.
Up
You didn't know him already.
Yeah, and that was in
Y'all talked.
2009.
Y'all spoke. How you doing?
Yeah,
So, who
we
made the
did.
first move to come to which one's apartment?
He did. He invited me up there, and the things I seen, I
Such
should
as,
have
such
backed
as,
out then. He was snoring coke,
he was what?
snoring coke, and I don't do drugs.
Okay.
And I didn't know nothing about it, so I'm like, well, I don't.
Well, how do you know he's
Maybe.
snorting coke? Excuse me. How do you know this?
When he invited me to his apartment,
Yeah, you gotta tell me what happened, baby. What happened in the apartment? What happened in the
in his apartment,
Yeah, you
when I
gotta tell me.
first met him. Okay, let me try to make it short. When I first met him, we had a slumlord, so we had to go to another complex to go to this meeting, and it was all on the news. It was a bunch of crap, basically. And after that, he approached me, and I invited him down. We had a cup of wine. We went to a chicken wing place a few times, and I didn't know until I went to his apartment, and he just happened to have a mutual friend of mine up there. Didn't know until I got there, and that's what they were doing. Um, and it's like, oh well, I ain't never been around nobody that does that, so I'm like, oh well, I don't know what it is, but they seem like they were okay. But after that, we kind of no, I moved away and didn't see him for a while. And then when I did see him again, okay, I want to say like 2013, probably. It was like 2013. And I'm like, okay, you still doing this stuff. And I started noticing like his attitude would change. Like bully like. Like he wanna I don't know how to put it.
Controlling.
Like yeah, like the controlling bully attitude, like, oh,
Did he put his hands
drink
on you?
this, drink that. I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want that.
Did he put
No,
his
I'm
hands
definitely
on
not doing that.
you? Tasha, did he put his hands on you?
Yes.
When did he put his hands on you?
2013, I went to his condo, and like I said, we had a mutual friend that I went to high school with that is his friend, and he had him on speakerphone, and he had him on speakerphone. So the guy was trying to talk to me and tell me something. And I'm like, hush, I can't hear him. And he snapped so quick. And he was like, you know what? I'm about to call you back. And he dragged me.
Oh my gosh.
Drag you how?
By your hair, I'm assuming. Yeah. It's okay.
No, it's in a ponytail.
So what?
He dragged me behind my arms.
Oh. Mm.
So did he knock you down?
He knocked me down. First, he. This is how he bullied. I had my rings on. He took my hands and made me punch myself in the face
Oh my
by
God.
taking. Then he dragged me to the front of the door. The front of his door. Ooh,
It's okay.
I've never told this story. Sorry.
But you know what? You survived. You're strong.
Yeah.
You're
Well, go ahead and
strong.
finish. Go ahead and finish, honey.
Um. So as he dragged me by my arms to the front of his door, threw me out, and then drug me down because there was like a flight of steps
Outside the door?
go out of the condo. Yeah. And it's just, it's like, and I still got stupid after, a couple of years. And I still, like, he's, okay, well, he seems like he's cool again. He says not to wouldn't anymore. I will never trust him again. I'll just say that.
So explain to me. Drug you down the stairs. What happened after he drug you down the stairs, sweetheart?
He drug down the stairs and he made me get in his car to take me home. And I'm like, I'll just catch an Uber or whatever. I didn't want to do it. And he's like, no, you didn't want
to go to your home?
I didn't want to get in his car because I really didn't. I wasn't for sure at that time where the heck he was going to take me. I'm fearing for my life at this time. You want to let me put my shoes on? We sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden you just flip like that.
So did you get in the car, Tasha?
I was made to get in the car, yes.
Okay, you got in the car. What happened when you got in the car?
He made me get in the back seat, and I had just had knee surgery, so I got in the back seat. And he drove me home, and he just cussed me out all the way to the house. And I thought after years, since 2013, I thought he had got better. He had not.
Before that, you get in the back seat. Where does he take you, sweetheart, after you get in the back seat?
He took me home.
So you was able to get out of the car, fine, crawl out, walk out, what?
I crawled out.
Did he bother you when you got out of the car?
No, he drove off.
Okay, so when was the next time he contacted you after that night?
It was 2013, so it would have to be like 2021, 2018.
So 5 years later, he contacted you?
Mm-hmm.
By what? Phone, knocked on the door, what?
On
social
phone.
Media, what? You had the same number?
Well, actually through social media because I wouldn't answer his phone call.
Messenger. What did he say to you, Tasha?
He said, I'm sorry for what I did to you. I'm better. I'm not on drugs anymore. I'm better. And I believed him.
So you met with him again?
Yes.
So how soon did you meet with him after he contacted you on Messenger?
About 2 weeks.
And where did you meet him at, Tasha?
My house, which was stupid.
So he came to your house, and what happened?
We went out. Everything was cool.
Where did you go, Tasha?
We went to it's called Hooligans. It's
a
like
restaurant, bar.
Yeah, like a bar restaurant kind of place.
So how did he act at the place? How did he behave at the place?
Ooh, cool, so cool. He bought me a what you call it thing? What's that thing? Alexa thing. And Alexa like I just hit her name, so she answered. But yeah, because I still have it. But he was just doing different things and just being very nice.
So he brought you a gift on that date to the restaurant. Is that what you're saying?
After that, after the restaurant, he did.
So
he started buying gifts.
Okay. You met with him at the restaurant. He was cool. You brought him back to your apartment. Did he act okay at the apartment?
Yes.
So when was the next time he showed out?
Maybe 3 months later.
3 months?
About 2.5 to 3 months later. He started acting a fool again.
Was he back using drugs, Tasha?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah.
What did he do?
Yeah. I've learned him since I've known him since 2009. It's something that they do with their face when they're on drugs, like this little twitching thing that he would do, almost like he was having a stroke, but I know he wasn't.
Sounds
He
like
would do
mad.
that with his mouth, like like
So 3 months later, after y'all reconnected, he started acting what? Talking crazy, cussing, fussing, possessive. What did he do, baby?
all that. He was doing all that.
So
He was
when
doing
was the
all that.
next
I'm like,
incident? 3 months later, at your house, outside his house. What?
it was again in my house, and I'm like, I just can't. I'm tired. I can't do it no more.
Thank you, Claudia.
I cannot.
So set it up for us, Tasha. What did he say?
Um, it wasn't really what he said. It was his actions that really just. I'm
So
like,
what?
I can't do it anymore. You know, I let you come over here, and I'm not really comfortable with it. And you come over here, and it's like, oh, you act like you don't want to be bothered with me. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. And I kind of was tired. I was off of it. Like, I'm not
So
really
what you
on you
saying?
anymore.
In the 3 months, then when you reconnected, you saw signs that he was back using.
I'm pretty sure he was.
So he had
Even
an
though he said
attitude
he
problem.
wasn't.
So did he have an attitude problem, Tasha?
Yes. Yes,
So
ma'am.
what happened on this last time? Did he come back to your house?
The last time when he came back to my
Mm.
house, he was very aggressive and bullying again. I'm like, I'm not on that. And when you tell him something, then he wants to start cussing and fussing and stuff and getting really loud. And I have neighbors, and I don't want to hear it. I ain't on it, and I'm pretty sure they ain't on it, and I don't want them calling the police. You know, I'm like, you gotta go. Well, and then he tells, well, if I have to leave here, I'm not gonna leave here unless I'm not satisfied. So that scared me. So I went to get my peace. I'm like,
What you
I
Good
say?
gotta
for
do.
you.
You go listen. You said what? You gonna get your peace.
Good for you.
I'm. I didn't know what he was gonna try to do to me.
So
So
let
I
me ask
had
you
to.
something.
Yeah.
Had you all been drinking, honey? Had you been drinking?
Yeah. Earlier that day we had. 2 hours before we had.
What
But I
happened?
don't know what he hit. I don't know what he had been doing.
Mhm.
I had to. What he
Okay,
had been
so
doing
when he started
before he
acting
got
aggressive,
here.
what did you do?
I told him I was going to the bathroom, and I went in my closet.
Okay, you went in the
And
closet. Just tell it. You went in the closet and got your gun.
yes,
And what did you do after that?
I think he felt something, and then he said, "Oh, I gotta go." I called an Uber. I'm like, "Oh, Uber."
Okay.
It was just very weird
Yeah.
how he left me. But
So he left before you came out with the gun.
by the time I came back out with it, but he didn't see it because it's behind me. It
Say
was
what?
in the back. It was in the back of my shorts, so he
Okay,
didn't
so when
see
you
it.
came out, he was
He
already
might
gone.
have heard the closet door open. I
Was
don't
he
know.
gone, Tasha?
Was he what?
Was he gone when you came out of the room?
No. When I came back to the living room, and then that's when he said, "I gotta go. I got an Uber here."
Okay.
I don't know, but my reason was to getting up and just really telling the story is you really have to be careful of who you meet because people are not
Well,
who
let
you
us
think they
know.
are.
That was the last time. What year was that when he walked out that apartment Did you have
Oh,
contact with him again after
this just
that?
happened. This just happened like, wait a minute, I said a week ago. It was probably let's see, Sunday was so probably like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, damn, Tom.
That's the last time you saw him, Tasha? Let that be the last time you see him, Tasha.
It is.
Tasha, you're confusing me.
Okay.
We done went from
Nancy,
what,
I promise.
2009, 2000,
I-
wait a
I-
minute, you started 2013 to
And
what's
then
the next year?
being stupid again. Being stupid again.
Listen. 2013 to when?
It started. I met him in 2009, but this is
Nine,
probably about 2-3 weeks
13.
ago.
After 13, it went to.
Off and on from
So you've been
2009.
playing this game with him off and on from 13 to 21. Lord,
Because Tasha, now he knows that you carry. There
yeah.
ain't no telling what he'll do.
Exactly.
So 2 weeks
So-
ago, you put a gun out and he left and walked out.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing. I don't know what's.
Yeah, don't let him back in your life,
I won't.
because he knows you carry now, and there ain't no telling
Mhm.
what he'll do. There ain't no telling what he'll do the next time he pop off.
You set the stage on and off. I mean, I've been in a situation with somebody like that, back and forth. A couple of years, you want to see if they change, and then you realize, oh, it's the same person, same attitude.
I did that too
I
for
won't
3
do it.
years.
Yeah, I won't do it again.
Yeah,
You're
because
better
the
than
next
that.
time you may not be lucky. May not have time to go get no gun.
You're better than that, Tasha. You're worth more than
And
that.
then you're drinking, and then he's also on drugs. It's a bad mix.
Yeah, you're better than that.
The
You're
tempers
worth
fly
more
when
than
people
that.
get to drinking. People get jiggy when they drink, and they're also under the influence of narcotics. So he's a walking
Right.
time. Stop that.
Yeah.
You have children in your house?
No, I don't have any kids.
Mm.
Okay.
No, you're worth more than that, Tasha. You're
Yeah.
worth more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're worth more than that.
Stupid decision.
Well, everybody
Stupid
makes mistakes.
decision.
Yeah,
Everybody
we all
makes
make
mistakes.
I let that be known. We all piddle paddle. As I say, we're all human. We get lonely for
Yep.
attention, affection. Somebody
Yeah.
calls, even though they're
You're
calling, they
human.
want a damn thing. They're not really
Mhm.
genuine. Because that's the whole point. People tell you anything. That's the reason why I'm a right fighter about the stuff I talk about on my channel. It's like you're trying to tell you all. Stop listening to stuff that people tell you because their mouth moving. What does that mean? It means
Exactly.
nothing.
Nothing.
Mhm.
And I know better.
Who cares?
I know better.
Somebody say something. Doesn't mean it's the truth.
Exactly.
People, my daddy taught me that. I'll tell you whatever I want to tell you. Shut you.
Mhm.
Make you believe so you quit asking me questions. Tell you what I want you to know.
Right.
Not
Right.
what you need to know.
You're better than that.
Exactly.
You're all right. You're all right. You're here. You're breathing. You're good.
I just know I'm too old for that. And I should have done it. And
Yeah,
I want anybody to know out here.
You really
It ain't
mixing it
worth
up because y'all, he's violent, he's drinking, and he's a drug addict, and you mixing alcohol. Man, I'm telling you, won't be lucky the next time. Stop it. Stop
Right.
answering the
I won't
phone.
do it again.
Don't answer the door. Just cut it off.
Mhm.
Cut that off, baby.
I know.
Yeah, especially
I
now
am.
you know you carry. Because
Yeah.
But he's saying to himself, she'll put up with anything, and I keep coming back.
Yeah.
I can
And
do what I want.
I don't want him to feel like that no more. You know?
That's what people do.
I don't want
do
you
feel
to
like
feel
that.
like that. I don't care what he feel like. I don't care what he
Well,
feel
I
like.
don't want him to feel like I'm gonna put
People-
up with anything because
People manipulate
Yeah.
people every day, even when there's no
I'm
violence.
done.
People manipulate
Right.
people every day. I
Right.
can't get in until you open the door.
Open the door. That's right. You don't open that door. You are better than that.
I won't. I
You give yourself enough credit. Don't give
I
him
was-
your energy.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I wasn't expecting 2 weeks ago. I thought this story was gonna end like years ago. I thought this was
Yeah.
a couple of years ago
Yeah.
story. I
Yeah.
was gonna
I
say,
didn't think that.
I had no idea.
So,
We're talking about 2 weeks ago.
so you better than that, Tasha. You got this.
Yeah. It's something. So I felt something. I'm like, oh, he's got to go.
Yeah, you better than that.
Like
You got
he's
this.
really,
Let me ask you
really got to
something.
go.
He
He's
does.
got to
He
go.
does.
Go.
Let me ask you
Be
something.
gone.
He does live alone. He does live alone, Tasha.
Yes.
Does he have children?
He's got she's 21, 20, maybe 22 now.
So his children don't
But
live with him.
she's never lived with him. Her
Okay.
mom mysteriously passed away when she
Thank
was
you,
like
Andrea.
16.
Well, you need to be careful because
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, because you have been doing this rain dance with him, he will call back and he will probably come back.
Mhm. Make sure you got sticks or those rod things in your windows just to make sure.
So you need to
Not
you
just
Yeah.
need to,
locked.
you need to be steadfast in that.
Mhm.
Hey, next time I
I'm
may
on the
not be
third
looking.
floor.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm on the third floor, so I have to rise. So you have to be Spider-Man to climb up here to this balcony.
I've
But
watched somebody climb up 4 fights to a balcony. It's happened. Don't ever say what somebody can't do.
okay.
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 Yeah.
I watched a man who was in the military, 7 feet tall, climb to his balcony because he had lost his keys or something. And he climbed over the rail and got into his damn balcony. It can be done.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Okay. I keep my stick in my patio
Yeah.
door. But as far as
You have to be very
it's a
careful with
secure
assuming
building.
you're on the third floor and somebody can't get into your balcony. It has been done.
Mhm.
People have scaled buildings before.
Right.
Just be aware of your
Stop.
surroundings.
Just leave them alone, honey. It's not worth the
Okay.
trouble.
Yeah.
Before I go, I'm gonna tell you this, because I've told this story recently, and I'll repeat it again, and then I'm gonna check out here. Thank you, Tasha.
Love you.
My
Love you,
mother's,
guys. Thank you.
my mother, you're welcome, baby. My mother's baby sister was murdered by her married lover many years ago. So what I say to you is that whether it's an affair, side piece, sidekick, whatever, you do not know the mindset of the human. That when words are exchanged, this did happen at a bar. Alcohol mixed in with emotions, it's a recipe for disaster. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't mix alcohol with mental illness. Something's going to jump out. You see,
Amen.
this woman had a small child, and this man murdered her
That happened to my
and
aunt
left
too.
her to die on a public street. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
He killed his mistress outside.
It happened to my aunt.
You don't know people.
You don't. You don't. And that's why I'm like, I'm not taking no chances no more, because
Yeah. Well, you've done the song and dance. I mean, a lot of us have played the same reindeer games, back and forth, on and off, cuss each other out, fuss, woo, woo, whatever goes on. But it has to stop.
right. You're
You
right.
can't continue to be doing that, especially
Right.
when a person is violent, even if there's no drugs involved, even if there's no alcohol involved. Once a person lets you know they get jiggy and crunk at a moment's notice, start talking crazy, all bets are off. You don't even know who the hell you're talking to. You don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Then you're talking about laying beside them and going to sleep, having sexual relations with them. They can choke you,
That's true.
cut your throat, suffocate you, whatever. Leave you there.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Just
They
don't
show
let
you. They show you what they want you to see,
They
and
do.
then they come,
They
and then
do.
they come out, and then they be
Yeah,
who
he's
they
shown
want
her
to
many
be.
times. He's
Right.
off the rock. He's off his rock.
Oh yeah, because I mean, he was like, not like this all the time, you know, buy you whatever you want, wine and dine you,
Means
but
nothing.
then you get
Means
to the
nothing.
other
People do it
place where it's
all
like
the time. That don't mean nothing. Buy nobody nothing. It don't mean
It's
it
nothing.
sure don't.
A man will
Because
beat
there
a
ain't nothing I
woman and
can't
then
buy
go and make
myself.
love to her. Come on now.
Hmm.
like
Make love,
the
beat you to sleep, and then make love to you.
right.
Hmm.
The minute you tell him no about something, or the minute you
Hmm.
express, no, I don't want to do that, or no, I'm not going to go along with that, that's when it flips. That's
Yes.
when the script flips.
And you got
Yes, it does.
you worth more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Worth more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I just felt something 2 weeks. I'm like, block, block, block. Never again. I gotta let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Your
Gotta let it
spirit,
go.
you need to
Yeah.
listen to your inner spirit
No,
and your intuition,
exactly.
Tasha.
Hmm.
You need to trust yourself better,
And I
more than
should have
that.
better, and I know better. I should have been done that because I know better. But
You need to trust it.
I don't know why I
Well,
allowed
you're
his
Because if
kindness
you had
to.
something better to do, somebody better to talk to take up your time, you wouldn't think of him.
That's true.
Everybody knows
That's
that. If you
true.
had met somebody else who was nicer, doing nice things, I would hope that you would say, he's a nice guy. I'll focus my attention on that guy.
Right.
But we
Yeah.
tend to sometimes focus on people because they're round, they're accessible, but they don't mean us no good.
Exactly.
They're just a
And I
standby
don't get out like
guy,
that.
standby female. But it's nothing
Right.
there. It's something to do. But well,
Right.
John said it's not worth it to be in a violent situation just because it's something to do. Somebody acting like they're paying us attention. So 1 minute they're nice, then the next minute they falling off, fussing, cussing, wanting to grab you by your hair, your arm, this and that. See, you don't know what's gonna happen the next time. You might fall, hit your head on the table, anything. You throw you into a glass window, door. You don't know, and it ain't
Yeah.
worth finding out.
It
exactly.
sure damn ain't. It ain't. And I don't never want to find out. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Too old for it.
And you don't want to
Really.
have to use that
Please.
piece either.
I
You
don't.
don't.
I
You
don't. And,
don't.
and, and, and
Now,
the fact that,
you talking about pressing charges? Everybody knows that will probably make it worse.
Oh no, you don't want to have
It'll
to
make it
press
worse.
charges, and you don't. The
No.
main thing is you don't want to have to use that piece.
Yeah, because the pressing charges may
I
set them off
don't.
too.
Hmm.
I have
What
a
she
carry
needs to
concealed
do,
weapon.
it's been
Like,
2 weeks, you ain't had contact with him,
just,
leave him alone.
right.
That's
Just leave
right.
him alone.
Leave him alone.
Because
Yeah.
he's not, and he's not even tried to bother me since
Yeah.
then.
You
Okay,
don't want to
and that's
open
why
up a
it's
can
a
of worms.
peaceful,
No.
look, it's peaceful at the moment. Let
Yeah.
it stay that way.
Yeah.
That's right. Let it
Mm-hmm.
go.
Since
Let
there's
it
no
go.
Yeah.
contact, nobody's contacting the other, nobody's messaging the other, leave it alone.
Let it
Yeah.
go.
It's a peaceful place now, leave it be.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Let
Don't
it
go
go.
in, period.
Yeah.
Yep. Let it go.
Let it go.
That's true.
Let it go.
And I will do that. I will
If he
definitely do
starts
that.
coming back, calling, whatever, ignore him, block him.
Yeah.
Best thing to do is block his number. He can't get through. That's first and
Mm-hmm.
foremost. He bangs on the door. Don't answer.
Right.
Yeah.
If he
Because
get up in here, we're gonna have a
if he pushes
problem
the
because
door
my
open,
building is
you know the
secure.
rest.
That's right.
Pushes the door
Absolutely
open.
right.
The rest is history. Handle
That's
your
right.
business.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Handle your business.
Yes.
That's right.
That's true.
Well, Nancy, he
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
only keep coming
Oh,
back if she invites him back. Right now, it's a
I will
peaceful
not
place.
ever
We're gonna
invite him
pray he
back.
stays away. But if she invites him back by talking, then he will come back. So we're gonna pray that
Mm-hmm.
he don't call her again. But like I told her, he can't call if he can't get in. Don't
that's right.
Exactly.
answer the phone. Block the number.
That's right.
The
Block
number is
the
blocked.
number.
It's blocked.
You can't call
The
you. The
number
number's
is
blocked.
blocked.
Can't call if the
The
number's blocked.
number is blocked, and I live in a secure building. So
Well, so then he be breaking in on his own. He'll be shot before he even get anywhere near her floor. That's in the store.
That's
that
right.
part.
That's
That
right.
part.
He'll be regretting he
I'm
came
just
up
trying.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're good. We're just gonna say a prayer for Tasha,
Yeah, that's
and
what
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
be
do
Yeah.
at the
all
end of
good.
the house. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Tasha, do some rest. We're gonna pray for you, honey.
That's
I
right.
am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Nancy. Thank
All
you all.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you
Love
all.
you, Tasha.
Yeah, Nancy, that's
Love
it.
you
Stop
all.
talking to him so he'll know, so he'll go on about his business.
That's
Thank you
right.
all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you,
Bye,
He's
baby.
Tasha.
blocked.
I'm gonna get on
Thank you
down.
all, baby.
Bye, Tasha.
Okay.
Bye, baby. Bye,
Bye
bye.
Love you.
bye.
Bye. I'm gonna get
All
down.
right. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Thank you all for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. I want to thank you all. Didn't mean for the live to go on as long as it did. It kind of veered off, but that was her testimony, Tasha's testimony. All I can say is that you all be very careful. The people that you meet, company you keep, the signs you see when a person is right. They get upset easily, angry easily, get flippant quickly. Probably best you leave them alone. And I understand we all get lonely. We're maybe not dating. We're not married. So the first person comes along that's showing you some bit of attention. You ride along for the ride, and then you start seeing signs. Well, we really don't jive as well, or we jiving for a minute, and then something pops off, and then boom, it ain't. Because that can happen. It seems like you're jiving, and then something may set the person off, and it's like it's a nuclear war. Probably best you leave them alone. And it's just these things happen. Single people trying to date, trying to mate. So I'm gonna pray for Tasha. I'm gonna pray for anybody in the chat that's dealing with any type of domesticated situation. Cut your losses, baby. Just cut your losses. I want to thank you all for joining me. When I get more information pertaining to R. Kelly and the said trial, which, as I state, tomorrow on Wednesday will be opening statements in the state of New York versus R. Kelly. I will bring you an update at the end of the evening once the information has been uploaded to social media pertaining to what went on with Robert in court. Any other updates I have, I may try to bring them as best I can, and I will get you the said information out. I want to thank you all for joining me. I want to thank you. You're welcome, Tasha. I want to thank all the new subscribers. You all have put a queen up there. I'm approaching now 8,000 subscribers in just a month. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. AD, for sending the chat members over. Thank you all. If you see something, say something. I know it's hard to get involved in certain things because you don't want to have to end up testifying, because we have crazy sick people out here who will try to harm you for giving your information in court. That's why people don't testify in cases dealing with children, crime. It's a big spectrum. Know that you can do anything anonymous. And if you're in a situation where you're liking somebody and they're really not for you, things aren't working out, just cut your losses, block your number, keep it moving. I always say block your number day one. Don't leave the line open, because when we get weak, we're susceptible to open the line and talk, and that's when your problems start. And yes, prayers for Tasha. You want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank my mods, thank my chat members, thank you those coming in, listening. I appreciate it. I will get back with you with more said information pertaining to Summer Wells. God bless the children. God bless her brothers. Cal City, Chadwick Carr, Clinton, Tennessee. Mindy Lowe, make her stand account. Tashina Kyle, 27, Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you all so much for joining me. This channel will bring you raw, uncut material, hypothetical situations, breaking news, various topics, and true crime. I thank you all for joining me. I tried to make sure I did all the lives that I wanted to do pertaining to all the information that's been out. So far, I don't think I have anything else I want to discuss that I know of. I don't know. I'll think about it when I go to sleep. But I thank you all for joining me. And this was a reality check for the queen. I know the Lord sends people my way to show me things for a reason. Because as they say, there's always a reason for the season. So this was a reality check for the queen that I need some house sweeping my damn self. Amen. Thank you all for joining me. God bless you. Tuesday, second day of the week. Be safe. Be mindful of the children. And please be not weary, but leery of the company you keep because you don't know people. You don't know people. Everybody's not your friend. And I think we need to understand that as women, everybody is not your friend. Everybody does not mean you well. And you do not want to learn the hard way. Thank you. This is Everyday Shenanigans.